What up, everybody? It's Jeff here with Geekout Freakout. Took a week off due to vacation and some, well, what do you fucking call that thing that you did?
It was a bachelor party, Jeff.
Party. Yeah, a bachelor party. But we're back today. It's me, Jeff, as always, joined by my beautiful wife, Christina. Say hello.
Hey.
What up? My best bro, Spencer.
Hello.
And today we have a super special, super duper guest co-host, Keef beats the phonomancer Atkins.
Yeah, that's a lot of titles. That's me.
Kiefer, introduce yourself.
I'm Keef. I'm a producer, and we're old friends, and we're going to talk about all kinds of cool shit today.
Yep, so Keef makes some sick-ass beats. You can tell them where you can go give it a plug, dude.
Go to youtube.com/theofficialkeef. That's KEEF, and you'll hear all my beats I got available, and so you'll see on my channel trailer, it's like my beat placements and stuff. You'll see some of the bigger projects I've been a part of, but yeah, go check it out, subscribe.
Sick! So this week's episode, we're going to be talking about video game music in video games. Spencer, what's your favorite video game music of all time?
My
Number
favorite,
one.
Liberi Fatale from Final Fantasy VIII.
Christina, what's your favorite video game music ever made?
I don't know the name of it, but I love all of the Pokemon music.
Pokemon? Is it Lavender Town?
That one is really fucking good, yes.
I'm partial to Indigo Plateau.
That one's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Kiefer, what's your number one favorite?
It's a tie.
Nope, number one.
Oh, God.
Answer the question I asked.
Bramble Blast, Donkey Kong Country 2.
Oh,
Bramble
good
Blast,
choice.
okay.
Fucking
Good
great
choice.
song. It's an amazing song.
I think mine is. I feel like it's kind of a cop out, but Far Away by Jose Gonzalez and Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about a cop-out, man, just because it's iconic.
Yeah, we'll definitely discuss that moment.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that later, like the distinction, like what a soundtrack even is, because there's OSTs and then you have like Tony Hawk. And
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we have to get into the news. So in the news this week, guys, a lot of crazy stuff happened. We kind of have 2 weeks worth of news to go over, so we'll try to get through it fast. Definitely the biggest hot button topic, Justice League reshoots are going on, and Henry Cavill's going through a whole fiasco with his mustache.
Mustache Gate.
Mustache Gate 2017, hashtag...
Is it a gate?
No, I think you just apply gate to the end of the things that are
I
controversies.
thought there was like
Yeah.
some sort of doorway leading to a mustache.
No.
Yes.
Well,
that's
the mouth?
exactly it.
A mouth is the doorway to the stash.
Henry Cavill's mouth, I guess. So he's filming the new Mission Impossible, and he's the villain in it, and he has a villainous mustache,
Like,
which he's
is it
under.
a curly one? Is it like a Reggie mustache? Is it what kind of mustache?
I don't know.
we're
I
talking
haven't
Well,
seen
we-
it.
You
I mean,
care,
it's important.
you care that much?
It is important. If it's a mustache gate, like I figure
I
the
will-
mustache
so-
would be the central point of this.
I want to believe that it's a full on like Dick Dastardly curly mustache.
Yeah, okay.
That's what
All
I'm
right.
gonna go with.
Acceptable. Then this is worthy of a gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also doing reshoots on Justice League, and he plays Superman in the DC movies.
Wait a second.
So his contract.
How is this working?
Well, his contract with the people making Mission Impossible is that he cannot shave his mustache. He can do the reshoots. He can leave the set for a
We're
few
gonna have to
weeks.
circle back to that one because there are some details there that I need to know.
Well, a lot of times that happens, and
But-
when actors have a contract where they have to look a certain way, it's part of their contract.
Okay, but how
throughout
far
filming.
does shaving the mustache go? Like, can he trim it? Can he
It
Can
has
he
to
style
stay,
it?
Well, it has to
I'm
stay
certain that
able to
he-
go back into how the character's mustache looks.
Okay,
Right,
He
in
just
the
has
movie.
to be mustache adjacent to his character.
Yes, there's not enough time for him to grow an entire new mustache. When they pick up filming again.
They
in a
don't
week.
know that. They haven't let him test it. Maybe he can just have mega mustache powers. I mean, he's very valued mustache. Obviously, it might have some magical properties.
So what it boils down to is basically DC or Warner Brothers are gonna spend a whole fuck ton of money CGing out Superman's mustache.
no.
And when we go,
Oh
and see,
my God,
when
no.
we go and see this movie, every fucking scene, just know that there was a mustache under there.
That upper lip is pure CG.
And the thing is, it would be a lot easier to add a mustache with CG than it would be to remove it. But
Would it
supposedly,
though, with like the hair follicle, like physically?
No, it
Yeah, you just-
absolutely
you just
would be
slap it on
easier.
there.
Just slap
Yeah.
the stash.
because think of like all the little details, of your lip and your
They
mouth.
probably have a
when you're
prefab.
talking
They
and
probably have
stuff.
a prefab mustache asset.
Dude, it's gonna look weird.
So,
It's a close up of his face, and his top lip is just. It just looks all rubbery, and it's like moving weird, and it's like
Like
floating.
they don't even CG it. Like they give him like a prosthetic to cover up the mustache.
No.
Paint over it with makeup. It's just like
got,
a
like-
skin-colored tuft
Yeah.
above his mouth.
Flesh tone plastic just wrapped around it.
Beautiful, beautiful filmmaking. That is special effects, ladies and
Can't
gentlemen.
wait to see Justice League.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
guys. So it's gonna be good. Some other news as far as the DC universe goes. Zack Snyder. DC's basically announced that he's taken the back seat. He's no longer going to be the one running the show over there.
Boy, bye.
Okay, for the
Yeah.
uninitiated like me,
Right.
Zack Snyder, I know the name.
So Zack Snyder did.
Give me the rundown.
He did like The Watchmen. He did
Yeah.
300.
Okay.
Good movies.
movies,
Yeah.
yeah.
He also did Batman versus Superman.
Not good movie.
I honestly liked it. I don't see
Okay.
why
Yeah.
it gets
Alright.
as much hate as it
Yeah,
gets.
I don't think
But
it's,
it's
a
no
good
Watchmen.
movie,
But
it's
the
not
thing
a bad
is,
movie.
Zack Snyder's the one that's like, he made the call to be like, well, in this universe, we're going to have Batman just killing a whole lot of people. Like, Batman, like, fucking mass murders
Which
everybody
is not
in that
canon
movie.
for a Batman.
He also did Man of Steel, the Superman movie that came out before Batman versus
Okay.
Superman,
I
in
haven't
which
seen
Superman kills a lot of people.
What the fuck is with what?
Zack
They
Snyder-
literally
Zack
call it the
Murderverse.
Murderverse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was jokingly. The DC universe was jokingly referred to as Zack Snyder's murder.
Thank you for explaining this because I don't know any of this shit.
Yeah, so he wants everything to be edgy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and to the point that he kind of loses what
Sight,
makes the
yeah.
characters like
The characters.
Superman and Batman shouldn't be going around fucking murdering
Killing
people.
No, that's just
Yeah.
not.
That's
and
not who
I
those
don't even
characters
like. We haven't talked about. I don't know a lot of comic book stuff, obviously, but I do know Batman's not murdering people.
Yeah, it's kind of his thing.
Yeah, like
he's
that's
totally
like his
against it.
main point of his character. Like otherwise, that's ridiculous. Okay, but
So he's going to be taking the backseat, though. He's not going to be running the show over there. Presumably, Joss Whedon is going to be stepping up. And, of course, you know who
that
Joss
is.
Whedon
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
He's doing the reshoots on the Justice League. It was directed by Zack Snyder, and Zack Snyder had to drop out at the last minute due to a family
okay.
tragedy, and Joss Whedon came in to finish filming and do reshoots on the movie.
Okay. Are they taking out all the murders? Is that what he's doing?
Probably as many as
He's
he
probably
can.
he's gonna do damage control on the murder
murders.
department.
Yeah,
Put out the murder fires.
He's a guy.
out the murder fire.
He's a guy that gets the fucking characters, so I think it's definitely in better hands.
Yeah, okay. I would agree. I mean, I don't know Zack Snyder that well. Obviously, I just had you explain it to him, but Joss Whedon's respectable, so that sounds tight.
Yeah, for sure. Also, the Flash solo movie, which is going to be an adaptation of Flashpoint. Do you know what Flashpoint is, Kiefer? So that's a
No.
storyline.
I shook my head no for the listeners.
That's
We don't have to narrate your facial
No,
movements.
dude, I'm role playing.
so that's a Flash storyline in which the Flash tries to save his mother, who
Okay.
dies when he's a kid,
Right.
by traveling back in time because he's so fast he can travel back in
Right.
time, and in doing so creates a whole new reality where everything's fucked, and like all the good guys are bad guys, everything's all topsy turvy. So that he's getting a solo movie, and it's based on that. It was announced this week that Wonder Woman is going to have a supporting role in the Flash movie,
Okay.
presumably due to the huge success of
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman,
Right.
Yes.
Put
I
Gal
haven't seen
Gadot in everything, please.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
think so? I'm wondering, is she going to be like the Iron Man of the DC universe, in
Right.
which she's in
I
every
hope
fucking
so.
movie?
Oh
yeah,
my
I would like
God.
that, honestly.
I'm totally down
Want to
with
replace
it. Too.
RDJ?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think she almost as good.
I haven't
at
seen the
least.
movie, so is it that good? Like
You haven't seen Wonder
Oh
Woman?
yeah, it's
It's
really,
really good.
fucking good.
Nobody
I've
gets
heard.
murdered that shouldn't get murdered.
Okay, good. That's
Right?
a good start. I like
she's
that.
she's a hopeful character.
She's actually a superhero.
exactly not
Exactly, not a super murderer.
Super serial killer.
If only there was a name for that. Oh, it's super villain.
Yeah, okay.
But,
Well, that
uh,
sounds
shit.
fucking dope then. Yeah, I need to see Wonder Woman.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
you
you
definitely
do.
should. Yeah, so I'm super happy with her being in other things. It also, I think,
Who's
is
the
going to be.
actress? You said her name, right?
Gal
Gal
Gadot.
Gadot.
Gal Gadot. Okay.
I also think that it's going to be a pretty faithful adaptation then, because part of Flashpoint is there's an ongoing war between the Amazons and Atlantis
Okay.
that like spreads to the world of man, if you will, and everybody.
Yeah.
It's like a World War III that's just between those two entities.
Okay.
And like regular humans are like left to the wayside.
Oh, sure.
So I think maybe we'll get to see some of that. It's pretty cool. Ben Affleck, who from the last podcast he was rumored to have been leaving the role of Batman. he has announced this week that he's sticking around
He is the Batman.
for, quote, a trilogy of films and beyond. And there are also rumors that the third movie is going to lead into a Batman Beyond film.
Oh, God, I can only get so erect.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we've discussed at length that I think we all agreed we like Ben Affleck. Did you like Ben Affleck as Batman?
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the best parts about Batman.
Yeah,
vs. Superman.
And I like Batman Beyond.
He's a wonderful
Yeah.
Batman. He's an even better Bruce Wayne.
So Kevin
Yeah,
Conroy
for sure.
this week in an interview said that he thought Ben Affleck was the best Batman, the best live-action Batman.
Okay.
I never
Kevin
thought that
Conroy
was even
is
like a question.
the voice of Batman.
Yes.
In every other thing.
Yeah.
So,
I think he's real good.
but fuck yeah, man. I want a Batman Beyond movie.
Yeah, why do we have to do 3 movies before that? Why can't we just do Batman Beyond? Like,
Why can't we just get straight to it?
yeah, for real though.
Because
Like,
Ben Affleck's not old enough yet, I guess.
Yeah,
good
we're gonna
point, yeah.
give him another decade, and then they'll.
We just talked about CGIing a mustache off a human being. You can't CGI a little fucking salt and pepper on Ben Affleck, but you can do a mustache. Okay.
Well, I imagine that it's kind of a we don't want to get there
pepper.
yet because Batman
Yeah.
Beyond
No,
is
it's
going to is seen by most as at most a spin-off. It
Yeah.
would be like if they went ahead and did Thor Ragnarok as the first Thor movie.
Right, okay, that's a
like,
good point.
You can't
But there's
start
been-
it all
there's
off.
been, like,
Yeah, there
a
have been
million
so many
Batman
Batmans,
movies,
for
like,
sure.
That's true.
Just cut to the chase.
But yeah, I mean, I totally get that. But it looks like we're just now I want to see a few Batman movies
Yeah.
before Batman Beyond
I'm just
after the Nolan trilogy,
Yeah.
because that was, blah. And I want to see like Batman fucking around with the Justice League, like
Yeah.
make me give a shit. But yeah, I would take a Batman Beyond any day of the week.
Yeah, Terry McGinnis is, I think, a better Batman than Bruce Wayne. Like,
Right.
my favorite
That's a
part...
pretty big statement.
Dude, my favorite part about
do you
Batman
mean
Beyond...
like he's a better person of a Batman, or
Yes,
like
yeah.
okay, yeah, I
So
agree.
my favorite thing about Batman Beyond is how, like, he always gives even the villains, like, the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, there's the episode where Mr. Freeze comes back and he's, like, reformed and he's trying to do good. And old man Bruce is like, no, fuck that guy. He's going to try to freeze the entire city. I fucking know it. And Terry's like, nah, he seems like a cool guy. Like, nah, he's a good guy. And
He's changed.
he ends
Seems
up...
like a very Batman.
well,
If
Like a pure Batman.
yeah. But he ends up trying to freeze the whole city. Of
course.
And, you know, Bruce is right, but nevertheless, I like a Batman that isn't so fucking dark and fucked up.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
my parents died too, but, like, Jesus Christ, Bruce Wayne, like, fucking get
Yeah,
over it a
they
little
kind
bit.
of have made him like one-dimensional at this point. Where he's just,
Guilty until proven innocent is not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just kind of goes off on motherfuckers now. He's just a badass John Wick character now. And it's like, that's not really a Batman.
Yeah. In the CW DC verse, Legends of Tomorrow season 3 has started filming. It's gonna have Gorilla Grodd as a major character. Kiefer, do you know who Gorilla Grodd
Yeah,
is?
you just said a bunch of
I love
of letters
getting the chance to explain things like this. So Gorilla Grodd is a DC villain who
Is he a gorilla?
He is a gorilla.
Yes.
I am interested.
He's also psychic.
Psychic gorilla. Check.
Yes. And he leads an
Dope.
entire city of gorillas.
Are they also psychic?
No.
But can he communicate with these?
Yes.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
also telekinetic,
Oh shit.
and he wears badass
So
armor.
basically, he's the most powerful being ever.
Well, here's the thing. Here's why he's a Flash villain, and this blew me away the first time I learned
Oh, yeah.
about this. So, he can get inside the head of anyone on Earth, except for the Flash. Do you know why that is, Keeper?
Please tell me.
It's because the Flash thinks too fast.
I didn't even want to
I
say
threw
that.
that
but
out
that's
as a
what
guess when Jeff was talking to me about Gorilla Grodd, and I
did not
cannot.
know
I
this.
still to this day can't believe that that's
His
true.
thoughts are too fast.
He
dude.
thinks too fast.
Holy
Can't follow him,
shit,
dude. It just fucking razzles his brain. But
Jesus.
I don't even know how to make that funny. That's already funny. What? Okay, go ahead.
so this is what is cool about the CW shows, though, like the Flash TV series and the Arrow TV series, is that, like, They don't give a fuck, dude. They're like, if that shit's in the comics, it's going in the show. Like, yeah, time traveling Flash.
They're not editing it. They're
psychic
not,
gorillas. We're not going to try to make it like more realistic and more grounded and
fucking
gritty.
comic book, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. So
Great.
Which
I
is
need to
good.
watch the CW. I have cable now. So
yeah,
I might have
I've
to jump
heard.
on that shit.
I haven't watched much of Legends of Tomorrow. I've watched.
What is Legends of Tomorrow? Like,
So
it's
it's-
kind of a vague title.
Yeah. It's a show that stars a bunch of ancillary characters from the
Okay.
Flash and the Arrow show. So it has like Atom and Black Canary
Yeah.
and
It's beyond me, dude.
Captain Cold. You know.
Captain Cold
I'm sorry,
is in
what?
Legends of Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
See, this is
Captain
where, like-
Captain Cold for when you have Mr. Freeze but he's busy.
Where superheroes lose me. There's like 4 good superheroes. Let's be real. After that,
I will fight you to the
Dude,
death.
there's, like-
there are
I'll
4
also
good
disagree
DC
with that.
superheroes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm exaggerating, but like percentage-wise, vast majority of heroes and villains are trash.
I mean, yeah, if you go back 50, 60 years, it's gonna be all Garbo. Like
not even that, dude. Like the 80s, 90s
but-
era where they were just like shoulder pads and guns on everything, and it was like,
Oh, yeah, dude.
I am Destructo. My motivation is fucking killing, yo.
Cable. We're talking about Cable.
Cable. Yeah, that's a really good example. Cable. All right, go ahead. Sorry, I got distracted by dumb fucking Cable.
Cable is dumb. He's gonna be in Deadpool too.
I'm not watching this movie, Jeff. Is that the next thing on the list?
It is.
Oh, God.
So Deadpool 2, he's gonna have Cable in it. Josh Brolin is playing Cable.
Why? Why are they making this movie? I just don't. I haven't said I don't
Because
like
the first
Deadpool
one
1.
made so much money.
Yeah, especially compared to how.
Did Cable make? Why is Cable in it? He had
So
no.
here's the thing, though. If Deadpool's supposed to be funny, maybe they can just make fun of how stupid and convoluted Cable
Yeah, what if
is.
they just make him like one of those WWE superstars who always just like falls over every time he gets in the ring? Like
my
he's
God.
He's like that superhero who can't fucking do anything right. Like he's like plunging his toilet or some shit like that. Dumb.
I don't even know exactly what his superpowers are.
I don't.
He has guns, and I know like part of his body
He's
is
electric?
a machine.
Yeah, he's like a-
He has like a virus. It's like a machine virus that he's ill with, and he has the eye that like lights up.
You know my favorite part about the Cable.
And he travels through time, but I don't think it's a power. I think he has a time machine.
No, it's totally not a power. I thought he's Scott Summers' son.
No,
right?
He is,
no,
yeah.
guys, no. Listen, you need to read the fucking comics, all right? It's Larry the Cable Guy's son, all right? That's his origin story.
I always thought that he had like the same powers that Scott did, but part of that nanomachine virus, like he could direct it through weaponry.
Are you really
Instead-
talking about the
instead.
fucking canon of Cable's powers right now?
We're just trying to figure it
You're
out.
on Geekout Freakout right now, okay? Do you
We're
know
geeking
where
out,
you
man.
are?
That's an interesting thought, though. Like, are Cable comics rare now? Like, are they,
No.
like, expensive? No?
No comic. I mean, hardly any comics actually are. That's
Okay.
largely a misnomer.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't really keep
You
their
get, like,
value.
$2 for
like
it.
like way back in the 70s, once people realized there was some value in some of the very first ones, everybody started collecting. So
No.
now there's no value.
They've all
because-
got it, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're all
Because
collecting.
everyone has them.
Exactly. But
I see.
Deadpool 2 is also going to have a larger role for Colossus, according to Stephen Kopickics.
I like that.
Yeah, it was my favorite part about the
Me
first
too.
Deadpool. was
Hands down.
Colossus.
I did not like that movie. I said that earlier, but Colossus looked fucking awesome.
And
He looked like
acted
Colossus.
Awesome. Like,
yeah, he
just
did.
looked like him.
He was a
spoke
character.
like him.
Yeah, he
and
was in character. Like it was
way
very,
more so than most characters are in any of those shitty X-Men
that's
movies.
what I dislike
I don't
most
know.
about that movie. I feel like it was just like every scene was like just a setup for like him to act funny. You know what I mean?
Deadpool to be Deadpool.
Yeah, and it's like
I think that
that's
Deadpool-
entertaining, and I get it, and I like people love that character, but like the story itself was pretty much fucking non-existent. Like
Yeah.
they gave you the basic setups and like motivations. That was pretty much it. The rest of it was just like scenes of action and him being funny afterward. Like I was like, dude, this is
For the most part,
kind of
for
dry
sure.
movie experience.
I'm not a huge. I like the movie. I'm not a huge fan of the character. I think that
Me
Deadpool
neither.
is
Yeah.
a little fucking.
I don't like
much.
the actor.
I know
either.
he's supposed
What's
to
his
be
name? That actor.
Ryan Reynolds.
I don't like him.
I thought he did a good job as Deadpool.
Yeah, like he's a good actor. I just
God, Kiefer,
I don't
I'm
like his-
starting to
I don't
fucking
like his
hate
face. I know. Everybody loves it. It's just that movie just did not do anything for me. Like I sat and watched it alone with like no. I was like ready to like it, and
it made me tear up whenever Colossus gave his speech.
Well,
at the
that
end.
was like a good part of the movie.
Just because, like,
that
again,
was the best part.
I've watched all those fucking Fox X-Men movies, and they ruin the characters
Yes.
every time. They,
Yes.
they don't look like them. They don't act like them. Like, always. And I
sanitize
was
it.
like, I was like, holy shit, I'm actually watching an X-Men character from the comic
On
in
a
a
screen,
movie
yeah.
for the first time in my life.
That is a good feeling.
So I'm glad that he's going to be in it more. It's also going to star Domino, who is a mutant who her power is she's extremely lucky. Which I feel like they were talking this week about how the powers themselves may be problematic to film.
That's what I'm saying. Wasn't there one in the Suicide Squad where like his power was he could jump really well or climb stuff?
No.
Isn't there one guy who that's his power though? Like he's really good
Well,
at climbing.
Spider-Man can climb pretty
yes,
good.
of course.
He's-
Wasn't there a
he's very
boomerang
good at
guy
the
too?
climb.
There was a boomerang
See,
guy.
like this
Captain
is the shit.
Boomerang.
This is the shit
That's
that makes
Captain Boomerang to you.
these type of powers make me want to not watch. Like
No, I think it's cool. I
Lucky-
think in an action scene, it could be there could be some really cool.
every
creative
action
ways.
hero is extraordinarily lucky in every
Right.
movie.
So play that up over the top. You know what I'm
they
saying?
do that in every movie. That is the Bourne
Well,
They don't,
But,
but they
like-
don't acknowledge it. Is
Yeah,
what we're
okay, that's a
saying.
good
Is
Yeah,
that
that's
like
what
It's
I'm
not
saying.
self-aware. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's okay. I guess
I think
that could be
that
cool.
could be some really fucking entertaining action scenes. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, all right. There's potential. That's just a dumb power, like on the surface. Like she's lucky.
oh, quit pooping parties.
But every hero is super lucky. Like that is the whole point of the
Right.
story.
So
But not
to be in a
within-
universe where everybody's lucky and your
Super
actual
lucky.
power is that you're even luckier than them.
Okay.
That's got to be
that
pretty
is
nice.
interesting though to try and find ways to like.
If you met
quantify
a
that
genie
on
and the genie was like, "Yo, Keefer, I can make you supernaturally lucky. Do you want to be?" Would you be like, "Oh, nah, bro, that's fine."
Well, I mean, that's
You'd say yeah.
no. I would ask for a different wish because like
No.
that's not how genies work.
What?
But I see your point. No, but like it is interesting to think like how are they going to make a movie out of that? Like what? How are they going to apply luck to crazy situations?
I guess you'll have to watch it.
Make the situations just slightly crazier. Do the same thing that you usually see in these action sequences. Just make it slightly more lucky, and then add some one-liners around it.
See, this doesn't sound like a good movie to me. I'm like, now the movie kind of fell apart.
I think the action sequences should play out like a fucking Rube Goldberg machine.
Okay,
Exactly.
Now we're
Oh
talking.
my god,
Yeah.
that would be
Like,
so
like,
sick.
like she gets like shot and falls back onto something, and that knocks something else over and
Yes.
like
Okay.
sets into motion.
This sounds dope. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. That's interesting to me. Yes,
That
I
would be
like
fucking
to see
hilarious
that.
and
Yes.
awesome.
Like a, it would be almost comedic to a point. Like
Yeah.
oh,
And it's
man.
Deadpool too. It's supposed to be funny.
Yeah,
So
I fuck with that.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe of things, guys, we all know the most important thing that judges whether or not a movie is good or bad is how long it is. Of
course.
Right?
That's true.
Runtime
That's
is
true.
everything.
Longer the movie, the
Roger
better.
Ebert.
The longer
False.
the movie, the better.
No.
Bridge over
Stop.
River Kwai.
Stop.
Zhivago.
Dances with wolves.
No.
Do you want long movies?
No. Fucking King
want-
Kong, guys.
Was great. I can't even say that seriously.
That movie was fucking terrible.
Peter Jackson's King Kong.
I was gonna say we're talking about that one, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I saw that one.
The
in
one that was
fucking
like
theaters.
24 hours long.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. No, I fell asleep in the theater on that one.
So we got double news on some
I fell
MCU
asleep.
runtimes though.
Okay.
Infinity War shaping up to be the longest Marvel movie ever made.
It really is an
current-
infinite war.
The current runtime is clocking in at like 3 hours.
Oh,
war.
that's what I want,
of just
though.
war.
I'm okay with a movie like this being that long.
Yeah.
Give me an intermission. Make it 5 hours long. Make it two movies that I
War-
watch
No,
in
no, 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 no.
succession
I actually agree.
with a meal in between.
Infinity War is
make-
obviously, if you don't know, Kiefer, that's Thanos finally coming to Earth. He's got the Infinity Stones. The dude that was at the end of the first
Got the
Avengers
Chaos
movie.
Emeralds. Knuckles is there.
Yeah, he's in the Mean Bean Machine. Okay,
He's got the Chaos Emeralds.
all
Shadow the Hedgehog with a gun.
all the animals have been turned into robots and locked in capsules. He's
Wait,
ready
are we
to go.
talking real now? Or okay,
But-
it's hard to tell sometimes.
But this is what the Marvel movies have been hinting at and leading
Right.
up to with
This
the
is
Infinity
the-
Stones for like fucking 10 years now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think I'm totally down with this movie being a 3-hour fucking movie. It has like 64 characters in
Okay,
it.
that's a little.
No, everybody
No,
who's
no,
been
no,
in
no,
any
no.
of the movies is in this
a little
movie.
much.
No.
No.
Because it's cool when the comics do that, right? Like, don't
That's
you?
what I've been waiting for since fucking
Yeah.
Captain America came out.
But
But I
how
had
are
the
you-
subtitle "The First Avenger." I was like, I want to see
Dude.
big crossover
I mean, no, that is
events.
a fucking cool idea. It's just like, man,
Yeah.
that's a big fucking order. That's crazy.
There's like one action scene is supposed to have like 32 characters on screen at once.
That sounds dumb. I'm sorry. Like, you're just
No
gonna be
way,
looking
dude.
at a bunch of
No,
lights
dude.
flashing on a screen at that point.
Yeah.
He got so excited. Yeah.
Well, some lights, some webs, some arrows. Okay. There's gonna be a really small guy who gets really big, or vice versa.
You know what?
Or
This is-
yeah, I was
this
gonna
is
say,
sounding
or an
really good.
average sized guy who
There's gonna
gets
be a-
really
there's gonna
small.
be a guy turning into water. There's
No.
damn it.
Not anyone.
Kiefer, that would be ridiculous.
Master Chief's gonna be no.
They just start.
Are they adding mods to the movie?
They lose track of what characters are even
Mario's
Marvel.
fun.
All right, now we're bringing in Skyrim.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yes.
Just plows.
Surprise werewolf attack.
Just starts plowing through the fucking Hulk. That would be a great movie. Why aren't they making this movie?
We can
ultimate
write
shot.
I think they are. I
movies.
think it's actually Ready Player One is going to be that movie.
That's true.
All right, got my tickets.
Thor Ragnarok is going to be the shortest movie, likely.
It's
I'm
gonna
really
be
disappointed
the shortest
that it's
movie
gonna
ever.
be short.
I think again that's okay. I think that's fucking Taiki Waititi knowing his shit and not letting it be.
Don't let it be longer
Thor
than it
2
needs to.
certainly could have been fucking shorter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
Yeah.
is fair, but this
could have
one
been like
looks
15
so
minutes.
good.
Thor 2 could have been just the one scene.
It could have been one frame. It
and
could have been a
Loki
picture.
are in the boat and they have that one little
It
conversation.
could have just
Yeah.
been that picture with the speech bubble.
You're right. Would have been a better movie for it. So
We're
okay.
releasing Thor 2 as a JPEG.
It's on a Blu-ray.
It's high def.
Really fucking glossy,
16K,
dude. Glossy
Just wait
as
till you
shit.
hear the
It's a
commentary.
4K tape.
An hour-long commentary track to that JPEG. Ragnarok also finished up reshoots. They also filmed the little end-credit stingers, and it wrapped up at the same time as Infinity War finished filming, and Avengers 4 started filming. So the rumors are that
You know
there's
what,
some of the
Spencer?
characters.
They should do a fucking intermission. They should do both movies at one time, like a grindhouse pig, and you do fucking two intermissions.
That's what I'm saying.
You say, like, for Avengers 4 and Infinity War.
Yes.
Just do them. Well, yeah. But
Grindhouse.
then we'd have to wait longer for Infinity War though, and I don't want to do that.
Okay, fair enough. I do actually want to see that superhero movie.
I lived in a
Very good.
different state when I started getting amped for this. Like,
I need them all there at once.
All right.
But so rumors due to the reshoots and stuff are that some of the characters from Infinity War are going to be in an after credit sequence for Thor Ragnarok.
which makes total sense.
Yeah, you think it's going to go a big way for setting up Infinity War?
I think it is. I mean, up until this point, like we've gotten a lot of, oh, he's coming. Oh, he eventually will get, oh, he's
He
putting
turned
on,
around.
he turned around, okay, and a year later,
movies
next
later.
movie, oh, he's putting on the gauntlet with
so
none of the
big.
stones, and then it's, oh, guys, you have no idea, he's
He
coming.
laughed one
He is
time.
coming. I think this finally gonna be like, okay, he's fucking, oh god, he's going to be here. Like by the time you guys check this out again, he's gonna be fucking shit
It's
out.
gonna be so cool.
Like-
it's gonna be so dumb.
I think
It's gonna be so massive.
I don't know exactly what it is, but I think everybody gets caught by surprise. I think that might be one of what the stingers are. Is like,
Yeah.
oh, Thanos is fucking here now. Okay. Gotta
Hey,
get the
guy.
band back
How-
together.
How you doing?
Like,
So-
has anyone mentioned like, hey, this guy named Thanos is coming?
No, I don't think so.
No, nobody's aware of it.
Yeah.
The Guardians know that he exists.
Sure.
I don't think anybody on
but
don't
Earth.
as far
think
as
he's
far as
made
people on
mention-
Earth,
And Thor in Age of Ultron had that weird fucking vision that included Thanos gathering the stones.
that's true.
And also Ragnarok happening. He saw everybody in the
Yeah,
hall killed.
yeah.
But Thanos hasn't acquired any of the Infinity Stones yet.
Yes.
So I wonder if we'll see, like, if the movie ends and then the after credit sequence is Thanos just arriving and demolishing fucking Asgard, because it has at least one. I think it has two. Does it have two Infinity Stones?
Where did the Aether end up?
The Aether ended up back with the Collector.
Right, because it wasn't safe. So is it just the Tesseract that's back at
Tesseract is on Asgard.
Yeah.
The Power Stone, the purple one,
It's with the Nova Core.
has it. The Mind Stone is in Vision, so there's still 2 stones we don't even know where they are.
Yeah, we do. It's Sorcerer Supreme has one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Time
Eye
Stone.
of Agamotto.
Yeah. So we're just missing. I guess the Aether is the reality gem. Whatever. We're still missing 1 though, right?
Yeah, dude,
There's 6 total.
My favorite
Yeah.
part of those movies is when Sonic gets all the fucking Chaos Emeralds, though.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, when
that scene, dude.
And
when
he turns into Supersonic?
Exactly, dude.
in that song, you remember in Sonic Adventure, the song is like, "You could go supersonic,
yeah,
the problem's
dude.
chronic."
And then they did the dubstep remix for the movie, bro. Fire.
Yeah, it'll be really cool to see Sonic go supersonic. We've waited 10 years, movies,
Fucking 10 years.
all the tie-ins.
At the very beginning of the movie, there's a slow fade up of my favorite quote from Sonic. Running around at the speed of sound. I got nowhere to go. Gotta follow my rainbow.
Oh, shit, so high. And the best part was remember in the last Avengers movie, the past credit stinger was just a close-up fade in of a chili dog.
Oh no, my chili dog!
So you know it's fucking coming, dude.
You know the chili dog is coming.
Sonic's on the fucking way, dude. He's to save the day.
Now we also got some rumors that John Ridley's secret Marvel show, which has been in development for 2015, but no details on what it is. We got some details on maybe what it is. It's going to be Miss Marvel, supposedly.
Okay.
Miss Marvel, not to be confused with Captain Marvel, is a really cool comic series about a young Muslim girl in New York who gets superpowers and makes herself up to look like her favorite superhero, Captain Marvel, who's a female superhero. But she's like a little girl dealing with like little girl life and ended up being a super badass fucking superhero.
Sounds like I set up for a really good anime. I'm not even joking.
Yes.
Just putting
That
that out
sounds
there.
really cute.
It does sound good. That does sound really
so
good.
hopefully we get to see that. I think that it won't come until after the Captain Marvel movie comes out, and that's why it's taken so long.
Now, is this another one of the ones where she just murders everybody?
No, I don't think she's...
No, Marvel doesn't do that.
Good, okay. Marvel don't do it.
That's the weird thing, though. In the comics, the Marvel characters never state that they don't murder anybody.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you know what I mean? Tony Stark's never like, no, I don't kill. Like, Tony Stark does stuff that you're like, well, that guy's, like, for sure dead.
Yeah,
Tony's
he's
like,
Blew him
dead.
the fuck up.
and Tony's
dude.
like, well, yeah, he's dead. He's like a terrorist, you know what I mean?
They're like, did you?
But in
No?
the movies, it seems like they kill way less people than the
Yeah.
DC characters do still. So,
I mean,
That's a
they
very good
accidentally
observation.
killed a whole bunch of people, but that was an accident.
yeah.
Different.
It's different.
And we also got some reviews, guys.
Oh, God.
Dark Tower movie came out. Spencer, tell us how good the reviews are for Dark Tower.
Dog shit, dog shit, dog shit. Everybody that I've been paying close attention because I'm gonna go see it tomorrow at a matinee actually.
Ooh, why?
Just because I'm a big fan of the
wanna go
books and
see it,
I want to
He's
see
read
the adaptation.
7 books worth of
Yeah.
garbage, and they make a movie out of it. So. Go check that out too. It's a sequel to the books.
Is it a sequel to the books?
Yeah.
Well,
How's the skeleton on the bus with the cone? Yeah.
no, I know. I'm just waiting for everyone to allow me to answer the question that I was
yeah,
asked.
please.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
No, most people say that it is like it's worse than just being bad. Like it's nothing. Like people are just so indifferent towards
it
it.
real
Like
boring?
why does this movie even exist?
Yeah, it's like it's watchable. It's like it's not like it's so
But
bad that
nothing
you're like,
really happens.
yeah. It's just like,
Fuck.
what was the
Those
point?
are the
Now,
worst
the few
movies.
reviews that I've read from book readers have been, unsurprisingly slightly more optimistic, so we'll see. But no, I don't have high expectations, and I never wanted the movie to be made in the first place. That series of books is so goddamn unfilmable and just barely coherent enough to follow.
It's like trying to make an H.P. Lovecraft movie. It's not gonna fucking.
That would be completely... Because H.P. Lovecraft didn't write H.P. Lovecraft into the fucking books!
What do you mean?
In the Dark Tower series, Stephen King, the writer, exists as Stephen King, the
that
writer.
sentence didn't make a whole lot of... Okay, yeah, for sure. That's a good point. Also, H.P. Lovecraft was a horrible racist.
That is true. That is
Was
true.
he a horrible
I
racist?
didn't know
That's
that.
what all those books are about. It's about
lot-
about race mixing, like the Shadow over Innsmouth. It's about like fish
He's-
people who get taken over.
The deep ones are allegories for racial
Believe it
insensitivity.
or not, yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was super
Super
racist.
I mean, I guess that's off topic. I just didn't know.
Great author.
I also didn't know.
Separate the art from the artist.
I think he came up
But-
with some really cool concepts.
Yes, he
for
did.
sure.
He was innovative in the horror genre. I will
I've
say
heard
that.
one person say that it was good.
Who?
Matt.
Oh, so Dark Tower was good.
Yeah.
There you go. Matt likes it, dude.
I don't know who this Matt is. This character, this shadowy figure.
It's her former boss.
Hey, Matt.
okay.
I know you're listening. What's up?
What's up, Matt? I don't even know you, dog.
So sounds confrontational. You fucking
sorry.
apologize.
Sorry.
Apologize to Matt right now.
Apologize to him.
Matt, let me just tell you, dog. I'm so sorry, dude. I didn't mean to come off like that, bro.
So, anyways, speaking of really shitty things that have gotten awful reviews that probably never should have been made, Inhumans reviews.
What is
Womp,
this
womp,
Inhumans you speak of?
It's a Marvel TV show that is
That
just,
shouldn't
the
have been made.
trailers look just so bad. It's like, no, Marvel, what did you do?
What are the like characters? Like, what is it about?
You wouldn't know any of them, probably.
Yeah, they're garbage.
You
They're
don't
like-
need to
it's
know.
like
You don't need to
Cable.
watch it.
No, they're like the poor man's version of the X-Men.
Oh shit!
They're a bunch of people that all have different like mutations, but not because they're mutants. It's because they're all half alien, and the
God.
mutations unlock when they're exposed to a crystal.
Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, kind of. They're exposed
Like
to
Michael
this.
Bay.
They're exposed to this crystal called Terrigen, and they undergo Terrigenesis. At which point
Fucking Christ.
they mutate,
God.
and also they live on the moon.
And the moon is full of unobtainium.
Hilarious.
Well, yeah, for sure.
They live on the moon, dude. I kind of want to watch this show.
The main character, his name's Black Bolt. He's the only remotely good character
Okay.
in all of the lineup of the Inhumans.
Black Bolt. That is a horrible name for a fucking.
Do you want to
He's
know?
a white guy.
Do you want to
even
know?
worse?
Do you want to know what the name stands for?
Please.
So his superhero name is like Black Bolt, right?
Yeah, right,
Like
right.
Spider-Man's superhero name is Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
not his real name.
Peter Parker.
Oh,
Do you know what Black
I
Bolt's real
remember
name
now.
is?
What is Black Bolt's real name?
It's Blackagar Boltagon.
No. You're joking. Like,
No,
you're
he's not.
I didn't even know that.
What the actual fuck? Dude, I need to see this show.
This alien from the moon named Blackagar Boltagon
Blackagar
comes to
Boltagon.
Earth and he's like, I'm going to shorten it. Just Black Bolt. One syllable from each. And they're like, those are actual English words. Huh, who would have thought?
What is his superpower?
So his voice can level a city, so he can't speak.
He can't talk at all.
So this is not a dialogue-driven show.
Not with Black Bolt.
Okay.
But they
So
do,
he just doesn't talk the whole show.
for the most part.
So you're telling me the best character on the show doesn't have any fucking lines?
Well, he can't. But now some comic book writers have done cool stuff with the character
course, yeah.
using that. Like you got to
No,
be able
that's-
to like
that's
draw,
cool,
like
yeah.
draw an emotion really well
Right.
when you can't have a voice
you
bubble.
have to have a really good actor for something like that.
Yeah, and they're usually very careful about not abusing like thought bubbles in the comics with
good.
that character. Like
good.
really trying to give you the context and the look on his face.
Showing you, not telling you. Right.
Exactly. Which is cool. And there's something very threatening about his power because literally like a whisper will like level an entire city
What the
for
fuck?
like it's a nuclear bomb.
Holy
so
shit.
he's like his power levels are like unknown. Like if he screams
He can't
full
control
volume,
it.
he may be able to like destroy an entire fucking planet for all he knows.
or
So-
the entire universe.
So he also has
So does it just come out of his mouth like a cone of destruction, or
it's like an outward shockwave, just like sound comes out.
it's kind of badass? Like I do kind of want to watch the show.
well, the show's terrible, but he is a
what?
cool
I
character to
kinda
check out in the
watch it.
comics.
The
'cause
fucking
there'll be
trailers
cool
look
things-
awful.
But have you seen the show?
No,
then
but dude,
It's not
you
out
watch-
yet.
You watched
Oh,
the
it's
trailer.
not out yet, okay.
You watched the trailer, and it's like we've
It's
been
like,
calling it for the past
"Wee!"
couple of weeks because trailers have been coming out, and every time it's like, ugh, this looks worse and worse.
Yeah.
Fuck,
And
I
it
hate
sucks
that.
because one of the main characters is played by Ewan Ryan, who played Ramsey Bolton, and he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah, of
I
course he
want him to have so much mainstream success, but he just fucking attached
Dude, there's
himself,
not enough success to go around for all those Game of Thrones cast, dude. They're also fucking
hitched his
good.
cart to a horse with no legs, or to a giant CG dog with no legs.
So we got before we get to the music, we got some game news this week. You'll be able to hop in on this shit,
Yeah,
Keith.
I know a
finally.
game.
I know a game. It's not about Rust. I know that's your favorite game.
Shit. It's not my favorite game. I actually hate it, but I'm kidding.
But you
I
play a
feel that
whole
way-
hell of a
I feel
lot
that
of
way
it.
about a lot of my favorite
Exactly.
games.
I'm
Keith.
sure anyone who's played that understands exactly what the fuck I mean.
So, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Yes.
A lot of controversy this week with
Pug.
stream sniping, pugs, PUBG, whatever you want to call it.
Or that one game.
Basically, the
that is
only game on
unknown.
Twitch right now.
I don't know why they just don't call
Yeah.
it Battlegrounds, but whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
A lot of the controversy is from Twitch, though. So stream
course.
sniping and now stream honking have been getting players banned.
Please explain stream honking to
Okay.
me, the uninitiated.
So do you know what stream sniping is?
of course.
Okay. So that's been getting the players who are accused of stream sniping banned,
Oh,
right?
that's
so
Yeah.
kind of good for that game. I mean,
I
go ahead. No, I want
disagree.
to explain.
I think it's
Explain.
up to the streamers personally. I think they need
That's-
to stream on a
yeah.
delay if they don't want to deal with it.
Yes. Stream honking is because they're getting banned for sniping. Now they just find another streamer and everybody gets in a car and follows him around and honks their horn the whole time. So all you can hear as a viewer watching his stream is all these car horns honking nonstop. And they just do it to infuriate. They don't try to get any kills. They don't try to kill the other
Just wanna ruin
player.
your stream.
That's next level griefing right there.
That's pretty bad.
I think it's awesome.
No, I think it's pretty
No,
cool
like
too.
it's great, but
Because
pretty
it's
bad.
like they're doing it in retaliation, I
Yeah.
feel like, for the players getting banned for stream sniping. Because the thing is,
Which is, I think that's bullshit.
Well,
I
stream
think
sniping
There's
is
a conversation though, because stream sniping is kind of just like looking at their fucking screen.
screen peeking. Sure.
For the
But-
listeners, hold
That's
on.
not
For the listeners who don't know what stream sniping is, basically you're playing the game, you realize you're in a server with a famous streamer on your second monitor or your phone, you pull up their stream, and while watching their screen on their live stream, you figure out where they are and you get supposedly impossible kills against them. Like you snipe them from incredible distances. Supposedly you shouldn't be.
It's
you
even
know.
worse in Rust because, like I was explaining to you, the base building thing. If someone knows exactly where the fuck your loot is from watching your stream,
Right.
they're going straight to it, and you're fucked.
Well, that's your. I feel like that's your fault for streaming.
No, I agree.
know what I mean?
Exactly,
When
exactly.
if I were to stream Rust, I'm just gonna have somebody else do like the loot shit while I stay out of that part of the base. But like, I don't know. It should be up to the streamer, I guess.
I don't think it should be up to the streamer.
No,
To like, what do you
absolutely
mean?
not.
What should be
Like-
up to them?
Whether or not a stream, that's just hard to even prove.
You can also-
can't even prove
Exactly.
that someone's
Like
streaming.
that's
Exactly.
the problem. That's why I
Yes.
think it's bullshit. Like
So people have been getting banned that have been like, dude, I wasn't fucking stream sniping, you pretentious
No,
fuck.
I've gotten
because
it.
now
I've
I
gotten
just happened to kill your dumbass.
No, I've
Yeah,
gotten,
because
I've
now
gotten
all
accused
kinds
of,
of
it.
streamers-
No, I've gotten accused of it tons of times where I don't have a second monitor or let alone the RAM to fucking do it.
Yeah.
But I get accused of it all the time from people. Like if I'm on a server on Rust and I kill somebody, they'll go right in the fucking chat. Oh, stream sniper. I'm like, no, it was
even know
not.
who
I just
you are.
fucking
right.
killed you.
That's
yeah.
why it's fucking bullshit that people are getting banned for this.
Yeah, that
like
is pretty
that,
lame.
That's so stupid.
'Cause-
I think you can set it up when you stream
yeah,
to
you
where
can
there's
make
a delay.
Yeah.
That's you fucking solve it. And then they're like, but then I can't interact with my fans right away in chat. Well, it's like
Well,
too
that's-
bad. Pick
I
one or
mean,
the other. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Me as a player, I'm not responsible
That's a good
for
point.
what you do
Yeah.
with your stream. In the same way that you as a streamer are not responsible for what I do when I'm at my fucking job
Right.
in real life doing work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. Yeah, because that is their job.
Exactly, and they bear all the burden of that job if that's what they want. I feel like they got a pretty sweet life. If they get some snipes that are some bullshit,
This is
too
kind of
fucking
just
bad.
a jab at streamers in general, but dude, if your whole fucking income is based on this one game, go play another fucking game.
I mean that's fair. And
Because
I feel
there
like
are a
it's
lot of
shitty-
streamers, especially now, who just only fucking play PUBG all
dude,
day,
all day long.
every fucking day.
I mean, it's a
I'm
cool
not
fucking
gonna
game.
bash him for that.
Right, no, I'm not saying.
Like,
I'm
if-
not. But if they're because I've also seen these same streamers bitch and whine. Man, you're fucking with my livelihood when you stream snipe this and that. Then go play another fucking game. Like
Your
that's
livelihood
your
doesn't
stream.
depend on
Exactly.
like winning. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
You're supposed to be entertaining. People don't watch.
Well, that's their argument. Is this isn't entertaining? I'm just getting fucking sniped. You know what I mean? I can't play the game. I can't play the game. Which my argument is either put a delay on or go play another fucking game because that's your stream. You're responsible for keeping
Yeah.
your audience entertained. If
Exactly.
the stream sniping is keeping you from doing that, figure out a fucking solution.
right.
Yeah, I think it's definitely bullshit.
Stream sniping sucks though. I mean, I don't stream myself in my computer camp, but the guy I play Rust with, he'll occasionally do it, and we will like kind of ask for it. We'll put the link in chat because people will come watch and shit,
Yeah.
like in the global chat, and you'll get one or two guys who, the second you post that link, they're like, "Oh, we're stream sniping this dude." Like you just know. You just fucking know because they go right for your loot or they know exactly where to peek from or whatever.
Well, I mean,
It's
that's
very
the risk
frustrating.
you take when
Right.
you
Oh, and we knew. We were like,
when
yeah.
you do that.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fun on low population servers though to do that. just like ask for people to come fuck with you. But that's not the situation that these streamers are in.
Yeah, for sure. I think they just need to stop being babies.
Yeah,
Long story
they're being
short.
big crybaby whiners about it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Video game music. It's this week's topic. It's crucial to video games. It fills at least one of your senses, right? You know, video games break
The
down.
ear senses.
Video games break down to eyes, hands, and ears. Right? That's
And-
what they're all about.
Yep. Then smell.
Well, yeah, sometimes.
Hips and nips, bro.
So, I feel like it's an often, unrecognized thing. You know, you talk about a game, you're like, oh, the gunplay's real good, the story's real good.
The gram fix.
It's the everybody's always about the gram fix.
Yeah.
You know?
I
But it's
feel
not
you,
often
man.
you
The
hear...
first thing I always notice is the music in a game. Like, that's the thing that will always, like... It means everything, dude. It really fucking does.
It certainly can.
Imagine, like, man, even a game like Dark Souls that has, like, very little music, the only time you really hear music in Dark Souls is at the menu and during boss fights, and, like, certain areas, like, there's, like, 2 areas in the original one that you actually hear music in. But when you do hear it, it's fucking awesome and it's super impactful. But if they didn't have it, that game would, like, have such less atmosphere.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that silence is made that much more fucking unnerving or whatever feeling
Sure.
they're going for by the fact that when you get into the boss or whatever, it's like these huge bombastic fucking orchestral songs that are just like booming through your, like, they literally, the bass takes up your whole fucking speaker with like the monster stomping and shit. Like, it's not just the music, the whole sound design has to work around it. You can't just have like pounding fucking dubstep the whole time or whatever and make it super intense. Like, there has to be pacing and stuff to it. That's why fucking Donkey Kong Country 2 was my favorite, because the songs were like...
Hit it again. What was your favorite song?
Bramble Blast.
Bramble Blast.
It's in a couple other levels, but that's the first one I think you see it in Donkey Kong Country 2. But it's like super, like... It's like an ambient... It's like straight modern electronic music before... It was so ahead of its fucking time, dude. A lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Especially considering where electronic music is today. It's super ahead of its time. That whole Super Nintendo era of music. I'm sure you agree. Like,
Yeah, dude.
There's some straight hits. Like, fucking...
All the hits.
No, masterpieces, dude. Like, people think it's... No,
Fucking
man. Like,
banger, dude.
club bangers. For real, though, man. Like, I remixed fucking Bramble Blast. It
Yeah.
was so good. Like, that's a really good piece of music. It's not just like... it does more than... It's more than its purpose. You know what I mean? It does more than just, like... set the stage for the game.
I remember the music of Donkey Kong Country being really good. I never liked the Donkey Kong Country games.
Yeah,
I don't like monkeys. Just as a general, I just don't fucking like
Okay,
monkeys.
that's a weird...
They-
Okay.
they're scary to me. I'm afraid of monkeys. Okay.
Like horses?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm afraid of horses and monkeys, guys.
Everybody shut up.
To be fair, though, monkeys are pretty fucking scary.
He's a monkey who has donkey in his name, and donkey's just a small horse.
Oh, shit, dude, that's dumb. Fucking scary.
This was a nightmarish creation in Jeff's eyes.
No, and like the graphics turned me off real bad. Like the claymation looking graphics that they used, I did not like it. I just, even as a kid, I was like, this is not for me. No, thank you. I'll play Super Mario World again.
All right.
Or Mega Man.
I guess I never really even, like, considered...
But it had a dope soundtrack, like all the
Fuck yeah.
tropical fucking music and shit like that, for sure.
All
for
of it, dude. All the melodies, the percussion, like... And he did things with that SNES sound card that I still, like, there's no game that ever manipulated that way since. Even fucking Chrono Trigger, which has, like, the most detailed, beautiful fucking soundtracks. Like,
I was surprised you didn't pick a Chrono Trigger song.
Well, that was one of the ones that I was tied with before I said Donkey Kong Country, but goddamn, dude.
Yeah, I thought this whole conversation was...
Bramble Blast, dude, like, it is genius, the actual composition. Like, if you look at the fucking MIDI of that, you're like... It's one of those, like, as a writer and a producer, why didn't I fucking think of that? You know what I mean? Those type
Why
of
didn't you
thoughts.
think of Bramble?
Why didn't I think of Bramble Blast? But there's just certain rhythms and, like, melodies and shit that are so simple.
I've been here stuck on Green Hill Zone. This motherfucker's on the next
Hey,
level.
That's a fucking great
Bramble
soundtrack. That's a
blasting
great
it.
soundtrack, too, man.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog, fuck yes, dude. All of those are jams. All of these songs too, especially lately, on like the underground hip hop scene, are being remixed out the ass.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like
Yeah,
crazy.
for sure.
I think one of the best popular examples of that is Cha Cha.
Yeah, dude.
You
Yeah.
know? You know,
and then fucking Hotline Bling, which pretty much just ripped that thing off.
yeah, but to the point that it no longer really sounded
Yes,
like.
but Cha-Cha literally had a coin sound effect in it.
Just 100% unadulterated. The fucking
Super Mario.
Yeah. Star Road. Theme
So
song.
good. And that was like that's a perfect example of the kind of shit that I would love to do with like.
And I liked it. I remember, like, I love that fucking song. And the first time that I heard the song, immediately was like, holy shit, this is fucking Star Road.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, anybody could remix, could do, like, a dope-ass hip-hop song and have it be fucking, 1-1 or 1-2, the underground theme, or even, like, the overworld from Super Mario World.
When I was in the beat battle, I got beat
Star
by
Road,
those.
bro. Star Road.
That's a deep cut.
You
That's
gotta
a deep
play.
cut.
You gotta play all the way through the game. You gotta unlock all 7 of the star points.
See, that's another thing. Like, a lot of people aren't exposed to a lot of good video game music because they don't fucking finish the games, and a lot of the best shit is deep. Like, Bramble Blast isn't until I know at least like the second or third world of that game. Like, you've got to get kind of deep into the game to get to that. Dude, I remember like hearing that fucking song when I was a kid. And I needed it. I needed to go download that fucking MP3. Like, I had to hear it. Because, like I was saying earlier, it went outside of the game. Like, it set the fucking scene for that whole level perfectly. Like, it fit the gameplay of that level. Because a lot of that level was you flying around through barrels. It was one of those levels where you shoot. And it's very, like, floaty, airy sound. There's not even ground in the level. It's all thorns. Yeah. It's all thorns. And it's like a catharsis because it's very chill and ambient. But it's, like, one of the most dangerous levels. There's fucking bees everywhere. Spikes everywhere. Explosive barrels. Like, it's a tough one.
God damn those bees.
I don't even remember what those things are called in the, like, the DKU.
Who
as
gives
it were.
a shit?
Yeah.
Is that something anybody cares about?
Yes, I do.
Are there people that are so hyped for New Donk City because finally DK is getting his
If
day
they came
again?
out with another, like, actual, like they did with Mario, like a new fucking Donkey Kong game.
They have. They had Tropical Freeze Blast or whatever.
Not the same.
Donkey Kong Country Return. It's the exact same. It's just a
Donkey Kong
graphical
Country Returns,
update.
what was that on?
Wii U.
Yeah, well,
and like 3DS.
Yeah.
But no, they totally did what you're talking about.
I need it.
And it
I need it in my
sucks.
life. It sucks.
Yeah.
He
Was
doesn't
the
like
soundtrack good?
He doesn't like.
Oh, yeah, he hates Donkey Kong.
Donkey likes it.
Okay.
Donkey's a big fan.
I think I have seen that video, actually. Yeah, I want that shit. But does it have a good soundtrack, though? That's what we're talking about. I haven't even... Have you played it?
I believe it's the same composer.
Oh, okay. Well, then fuck yeah, it does.
Then
Dude, that...
Then yes.
Tropical Freeze Blast. That's what it's called, right? Is it Freeze? There's one that's Freeze, right, Spencer?
Tropical Shaved Ice.
That's the second one. That's the sequel to Donkey Kong Country Returns, I believe.
Donkey Kong Country Turns.
Tropical Shaved Ice.
And
Tropical
then
Shaved Ice.
Tropical Freeze.
Blueberry Freeze Blast.
Tiger's Blood.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Spencer, what was your number one favorite song?
It's hard to pick for me.
You already picked earlier.
I know. It's the I'm about to it's the opening track to Final Fantasy VIII. There's a cutscene that plays that kind of gives you a little bit of
Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
Okay.
Final Fantasy VIII. So he says that because 8's not one of my favorite games. I'm a huge
6
fan.
is your favorite, right?
6 is my favorite, followed closely by 7, which is obviously a classic. I'm going to
And
talk
then 10,
about.
and then 10, right?
And then 15
and
is your
then
number
4.
1. 15
Really? Then 4? 4 is like 4 more
4
than
is
10.
really good. It just kind of goes off the rails when you go to the moon.
Ah, man, I thought I knew you.
Yeah. Well, 10 would be after that. 10.
Just RPGs and going to the moon.
I go
mean,
back
I'm
and
down,
forth.
but
Well,
yeah,
it's a trope.
Yeah.
But no, they gave Nobuo Uematsu a full orchestra for the opening piece of Final Fantasy VIII. It's not a MIDI file. It's the rest of the game is all MIDI orchestra, higher quality.
But that intro.
But that intro with that cutscene is they gave that to him and said you need to write something incredibly epic and something that will fit this in such a way that it'll set the stage for everything and keep everybody excited. And what he came out of the other end with is this beautiful, beautiful piece that starts with just a very soft choir singing Latin, and then it builds and builds and builds into this driving force of orchestral mayhem.
Oh, I know what song you're talking about. Yeah.
As you see these characters duel, and as you see the backstory of the game starting to kind of unfold before your eyes, and there's no dialogue. The only thing that you have to set the stage with the visuals that you're seeing is this piece of music, and it has stuck with me forever. I still listen to that if I want to get amped, like at work or something like that. I've got a playlist that is on. So that would be my favorite piece from any video game, just because of how long it stuck with me. But I think I think JRPGs have mostly done soundtracks better than Western games.
Yeah.
Until you...
For sure. No, I agree.
Japanese composers had this certain vision for their game, like, or not the game, but for the sound. Like, they just knew how to... it's hard to...
Well, they seem to
because it's more
think
than just a visual, like, component.
Yeah.
There's a gameplay, like, you have to match what you're doing.
Yes.
Like, the boss battle theme for any game is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Western games, the soundtrack is oftentimes a little bit of an afterthought.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely an
Yeah,
afterthought.
definitely.
Yeah.
You can tell when you got that, like, just normal orchestral booms and
Or
that,
even
yeah.
like even more modern games, like just some electronic stuff. You know what I mean? Like
very nondescript.
nobody knows the
Yeah.
soundtrack to Assassin's Creed or the Crackdown series.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? Anything like that. Like,
Even games that are huge and sprawling and all-encompassing, like Mass Effect, like
Yeah.
that title sequence from the first game is still the only song that I could outright remember.
and even then it's just.
Yeah, and even then,
It's
yeah.
just some 80s fucking low key electronica.
That's what made me really... That was like one of the biggest, most disappointing things about Metal Gear Solid 5 was every fucking previous game before had these amazing soundtracks. And Metal Gear Solid 5 had that one Sins of the Father song in their main trailer, which was a good song. And you're like, oh shit, dude, there's gonna be another fucking...
Well, 5 had a bunch of like licensed pop songs and stuff.
Right.
From the era.
That brings me to what I was gonna talk about later is we're all talking about like composition fucking OSTs and shit. We haven't even talked about like, because there is something to be said for like the Tony Hawks. You know what I mean? In their soundtrack.
I do
Oh,
want to get to
yeah.
that. I think that is the biggest strength of
Yes.
of more Western games.
Yeah.
Is that sometimes you can get all the obvious examples we can get into in a moment, like Tony Hawk for sure, BioShock,
Yes.
Fallout,
yeah.
absolutely.
I think the main difference between the Western and Eastern development ideas behind composing music to a game is if you notice all these JRPGs, each character, it's treated as if it's a Broadway musical almost.
Right, you'll have, like-
each character has their own very distinct
yeah.
theme, and
That
those
comes through in other pieces when they're in
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. Yeah, you'll have your interlude that comes through later in different ways. Yeah, you'll have like Sora's theme or whatever the example is. Yeah.
Right.
You don't
The-
see that in a lot of...
The thing that
Western.
that probably is the best example, and this is one that gets brought up every single fucking debate, but Eris in Final Fantasy VII. You hear her theme played, and it's this wonderful, warm, and kind piece with a lot of strings, and it's not very driving. It just kind of moseys its way along, and then upon her death, that theme comes back again, but it's played on just some very light bells, very low cello being strummed in the background, and it completely changes the feel of it from just hopeful and happy and warm to cold and dark
And empty.
and empty. And the ability of certain composers, I'm going to name drop Nobuo Uematsu so many times during this
No, he's.
conversation.
I mean, absolutely by far one of the most.
He's probably the
accomplished
best
and talented.
example of like us three, like the principles that we hold dear for a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not even a big Final Fantasy fan.
No, neither am I.
Yeah.
But damn the music in those fucking games, dude. Like I've probably listened to Final Fantasy music more than I have played Final Fantasy games, and that is not an
Yeah,
exaggeration.
I've
Yeah.
more runtime listening to
Yes.
One Winged Angel than I have put into Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
and
absolutely.
that's another cool thing, because I know the version you're talking about. It's the Advent Children version.
I don't always listen to that.
Oh,
version.
really?
Yeah,
They're
I like-
both
I like
good.
any version,
Yeah.
any version will do.
Yeah, it's great.
Any old version will do. That's true, though.
And they seem to just kind of allow themselves in specifically Japanese games to just take influence from wherever, like
Yeah.
do whatever. Nobuo Uematsu's favorite musician is Jimi Hendrix. And so there are a couple fucking shredding guitar, like
Yeah.
the battle themes and the boss battle
Oh,
themes are
yeah.
always like the centerpiece is a shredding lead fucking electric guitar getting you amped as shit. But then 10 minutes later, you're seeing a very somber scene that's like bassoons, French horns, all sorts of
Harps. Shit
the
like
different dynamics that I went through playing JRPGs as a kid. Like, I can picture scenes and read dialogue in my head that I don't have memorized just by hearing the first few notes of the song that happened to be playing at that point in time.
That's exactly how I feel about Chrono Trigger.
Yeah,
because their music was just so, it was a lot like Final Fantasies, where it was just so perfectly evocative of what's on the screen, what you're doing in the game, like with your controller, and the actual story beats.
Yeah.
Like, that is the trifecta that you have to have for the music to be that fucking good. Even in Dark Souls, where the story's super fucking vague, you do all this crazy shit in the beginning, you fight the first boss or whatever, and the fucking crow takes you to your hub. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the only places in the game where there's music, and it's just a simple fucking super light. I think there's like harp maybe, or like a dulcimer maybe, real light, like real reverby, but it makes you feel fucking warm, and like you're at home and shit. But when you leave, it's like you can feel it like leaving behind you.
Right.
It's fucking perfect. Like, that's the spot where you sit at your bonfire. Like, it fits everything.
Yeah. Back to Chrono Trigger, I watched a video just recently that was breaking down the soundtrack, like the music theory behind it.
Talking about the non-functional harmonies.
Yeah. You seen that?
Yeah.
So I found that to be super, super fucking interesting.
Yeah, and I love that. It was really eye-opening for me because Chrono Trigger is like super fucking influential in a lot of my writing. Like, a lot of the chord progressions and stuff I do are sometimes like straight lifted from there subconsciously. I mean, that shit just happens.
Yeah.
But I'll notice like, oh, this isn't in a key.
Yeah.
This is just the chords that I wanted. These are the note combinations I desired, and this just works.
We're just going to bounce back and forth between these two chords enough, it'll work.
Right, and it's funny even if it's like a 3-chord progression, but if you take out one of those chords, it sounds like ass.
Right.
It's just the progression has, like, they didn't really follow many rules. The composer just did him. He's like, this is the sound that I wanted. Dude, it's like through every song in that whole soundtrack, too.
Yeah, for the most part.
Like, that was just his fucking style. Like, that's how he fucking conveyed his emotion. And it worked every fucking time.
Yeah.
Wind scene, you know what I'm saying?
Wind scenes, I don't think that Wind scene has as much of the non-functional harmonies.
But
I was thinking more the boss music, where it just keeps fucking rising to half a step every fucking time, and it's like, get somewhere, please get somewhere, and that like tension is what makes you feel the tension of the boss fight.
But even in Wind Scene, there are non-functional harmonies. I don't even know, it might just be straight up dissonance.
Yeah.
But there are just notes where it hits in that, especially in, I think the part of that part of the game is where
it's where the frog and
it's
Magus
all
are on the
it's all
cliff,
foggy on the overworld. It fucking fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Every note hits you just right. Even when you're on the overworld with your little fucking goofy characters walking around, like, you still feel like you're part of this world. You feel like that is the soundtrack to this fucking story, like 100%.
Piggybacking off of that, I got that exact same feeling. Everyone knows, like, you think carnival music, it's like there could be any number of pieces where it's like, okay, this sounds like generic carnival music, right? You go into the carnival scene in Chrono Trigger, coming off the overworld map, and you're like, okay, this is carnival music, but this is catchy, this is new, this is something that I can remember. This is the carnival music from this is this carnival's theme song.
This world, this continent, this culture, like, they don't even go into any of that. Like, the world building in Chrono Trigger is all shown.
Yeah.
All of it. There's very little exposition outside of the story. Like, they don't sit there and explain, like, oh, this can, blah, blah.
Every now and again, they got to talk about the 20,000 years in the past.
There's, like, the cursory, but there's such a
time.
There's such a timeline, too. They couldn't really do that. They couldn't sit and explain a fucking, what's the game? Dragon's Dogma or whatever level of description of, like, a fucking town or something like that. It's all just implied. It's all told through environment and the music. The music is fucking huge in that game. I'm trying to think of other, like, really good examples, but modern games lately have been lacking.
Yeah, there's not any super notable soundtracks.
Yeah, where, like, the song, like, any of the ones we just talked about that really stuck around. Like, fuck, dude. I really can't think of any off the top of my head. Like, Sins of the Father was a trailer song for Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't even really consider that, like, that was a standout song that I remember. Like, I'll still go look it up and listen to it. Snake Eater.
A lot of times nowadays, I turn the music off on games.
Yeah. I turn it off in Rust.
I'll have like voice comms on or something
exactly.
like that. Or I'll be listening to my own music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any modern games that you can think of, Christina, that have
really
notable
fucking
soundtracks?
gripping soundtrack?
I would say no. I like, obviously, like I said earlier, Pokemon. All of the music in Pokemon I really love.
Yeah.
It's all really super fucking
it's
catchy.
consistently great. In my opinion.
That's a good point.
I really liked, I even liked the newest Sun and Moon's soundtrack, but it's not like a piece that I'll go and listen to, really.
Yeah, there's none like that anymore.
Dude, I don't remember which Pokemon did it. I think it was around maybe Black and White or Diamond and Pearl era. But one of them, this just came into my head that I remembered this, did the battle music to where there's like an opening that fits.
It was Black and White. I know what you're talking
whenever
about.
your
Yes.
they had the
Pokemon's
dynamic,
when your Pokemon's at low health, and it's like in that
Yeah.
doot 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 that goes the whole time,
Yeah, it was-
becomes a part of the song.
Sick.
Yeah, it was Black and White.
my God,
and it
that
was
shit-
so fucking good. Yeah.
That shit blew my
I'm pretty
fucking
sure
mind.
Sun and
First time that I
Moon
realized what
incorporated
was
that
happening.
too. Yeah. There are a lot of games where I can say that I like the music,
Yeah.
but it's not something that I would listen to outside of the game.
The original Pokemon Red and Blue
Yes.
was the first
Oh yeah.
the first game that ever made me
God.
plug headphones into my Game Boy.
Some damn good music in that shit.
Damn good bass, dude.
No.
Those pure triangle fucking
Everyone needs to
triangle
fucking
basses.
listen to that. No one's getting headphones in my ears. Everyone listens to that shit.
you could hear the bass on the headphones,
I don't-
dude.
I
That's
don't
like
care.
that's what I needed it for because
Yeah.
it wasn't just background music. I was like, oh no, I need to be
Immersed.
fucking enveloped in this.
It has to be
that funny,
as
like,
loud
the
as possible.
immersive-
I also needed to be
qualities.
able to hear whenever I bumped into the walls in the cave because I didn't know about Flash yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Dude,
remember that,
I
yeah.
got all the way through Mount Moon
Oh
without
my
Flash.
I did the first time too. Yeah.
Oh my god.
3
They
days of
they
bumping
didn't
into
account
walls.
for the amount of hand holding Western kids would need.
Yeah.
But no, man, there's a lot of really good tracks. Lavender Town obviously.
Oh
has
my
all
god.
the,
Yes.
Like the creepy pastas, the spooky memes. You guys know about all that with Lavender Town.
Yeah.
Theme,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Spooky.
It was a scary song, man. It really was. Like when you're a fucking kid, dude. Like I remember the first time I heard it, I thought my Game Boy was fucking. Yeah.
And the little.
I thought my speaker fucked up, and then it started to fade in. I was like, no, this is just really fucking creepy.
yeah,
and
fucking
good.
Very unsettling.
It's my theme.
There's more thought put in it, dude. Like they put so much fucking effort into soundtracks back then. Like just thinking about the actual writing of that particular song. So many dynamics, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh fuck, dude.
As long as we're talking about modern games and music, I don't know if you guys played it or not, but we do need to talk about Undertale.
I haven't played it.
Yeah, I haven't played
didn't
it
play
either.
it?
I did play it.
I know it. I know
Like,
about it.
I'll-
I know the meme.
I know it's the most popular game in the universe.
Just
and I
just
didn't
grab.
like it.
I wasn't a huge fan of the game either, but I grabbed the soundtrack.
Got some good
Is
music.
it like some old school 16-bit soundtrack?
Yeah, and it really hits on all of the things that we've been talking about today.
Does it?
Yeah, it really does. Like
I may have to
there
play
are
that game
themes
then.
that slightly change into other themes. There are themes that get combined with others. Like all of that classic shit
that
that
shit
a
is
classically
important, yeah.
trained composer would know to do and would look to do is applied in this game, and it's just damn fine music.
Did
really,
you ever play?
I get what you mean. I thought I would be huge into it because of my RPG
Right.
roots. Just not necessarily my cup of tea. I think it might have been. The
I've
right
never
style.
even
You ever
attempted to
old-
play it,
Old
but-
PC point and click adventure game. I think it was called Monkey Island. Escape
Yeah.
from Monkey Island.
Yeah.
There was a part of that.
Old LucasArts game.
LucasArts. That's right. Mm-hmm. They were fucking genius with how they did their music. One of the like the Shanty Town or whatever.
Yeah.
There was the overworld music for it, and when you'd go into like the shop, they would add in like on top of the music, it would fade in like a little fucking bongo, or you'd go by the drunk pirates who are asleep, and they'd put a little fucking accordion on
Yeah.
top of it. That was like so ahead of its fucking time. You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
dynamic music cuts. Like I think that might have been the first ever to do that. like where literally as you move through the game world, like the song.
Super Mario World, when you hop on Yoshi's
Yoshi,
back,
yes,
it adds
good
the
fucking call.
the bongo track.
You're right. No, that's exactly the same thing. Just on whoa, you blew my fucking mind, dude. That might be the first.
Now Koji, the composer for the Super Mario games, has one of my favorite video game tracks as far as old school games goes, and that's from Super Mario World, the Bowser's Castle theme from Super Mario World. There's this video on YouTube that's been on YouTube for like decades of just a dude on a piano and a dude with a violin, and they're playing it because there's only two parts to that song,
Right.
and they're playing it. I watch that shit on a weekly basis, like just to listen to that rendition of it.
That one.
Fuck,
it's good. Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fucking masterpiece. You're so right. That might be one of my favorites.
And then it's got the Chopin-esque runs up and down
It's
the
genius.
scales.
It's so impactful. God, the feeling you got running through that shit, running as fast as you fucking can, dodging lava and fucking fire and shit, and that song is just bam, bam. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I've been talking a lot about Nobu, but as long as we're talking about Japanese
You gotta get
composers,
Koji Kondo in this
Kondo
conversation.
is
Yeah.
a fucking living legend.
The realist.
Obviously, like, all the super recognizable. Oh, there's the thing that's like I see on the internet all the time that the Super Mario music, like the 1-1 original Mario theme song, is like the most recognizable piece of music on the planet Earth.
Like more
I
recognizable
can
than
understand that,
Pockable's
yeah.
Canon and D.
Super Mario is more recognizable than Mickey Mouse
Really?
worldwide. Yeah,
That makes sense.
he's like the most recognizable character ever.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
That makes
it is.
sense.
But how
Yeah.
just how cool would it be to be the guy who wrote the most recognizable song ever made? Like in the history of the world.
Do, do,
Do,
do.
do, 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 do.
And
It's pretty dope.
that is mind blowing, and it's not even the most like crazy piece of. It's pretty complicated, but it's not like.
It's real simple.
Yeah.
Well,
It's 'cause
like
the
there's
NES
runs and
The
shit
limitations of the
Yeah, but
cartridge.
it's-
The NES
not-
could only have 3 sounds happening
Right.
at once, and one was reserved for percussive sounds.
Yeah, but that was my original point.
So
when I
there's
started
never
that sentence,
there's never
was it's
more
pretty
than
simple.
2 notes at one time.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy,
Genius. Genius. That's how fucking Metal Gear got created. The whole fucking series was he needed to figure out like, okay, like I don't want to make a game about just running around killing people, but I can make like he figured out you can make lines of sight, but he couldn't have them all going from screen to screen and this and that, so they had like the sliding screen when you move from one to the other, and that became a fucking mechanic of the game. That became like how you play the fucking game, and then now you have Metal Gear, and it became like the biggest franchise ever because like one little fucking mechanic where it was the limitations of the time. He just didn't have the ability to do what he like his original vision, but it ended up being something totally different and even like more accessible, better, whatever you want to call it. Whatever quality made it better and more popular. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Obviously, Koji also deserves props for the Zelda music.
Yeah. Pretty much all video game music started with him, man.
Yeah, more or less. Now, I think one of the often, like, underrated soundtracks as far as, like, all the old classic NES games goes is...
Mega Man?
No.
Okay.
Everybody knows.
Yeah,
I mean, Mega Man fucking...
It's like the most covered song on SoundCloud.
That's true. I just knew you loved Mega Man.
Shredding Metal. I mean, I like that soundtrack a lot, don't get me wrong. But as far as
It's
underrated
vanished.
goes, fucking Metroid, the original Metroid.
Yes.
Because
100%
it has
agree.
a ton of weird dissonance and breaking
It
musical
was very
convention.
creative. It was real atmospheric.
Yes, exactly. And it was like he didn't go about composing it like it was an orchestral piece or even music. It was like he was composing for like a fucking horror film.
That's a good point, and not even specifically a horror film. That he was composing for a video game. You know, like he knew what. That's what Donkey Kong Country 2. Like they're not, especially Bramble Blast. That comes off as like
go back to Bramble Blast.
it's a.
I'm about to take it back to Super Mario
God
World in a
damn it,
second.
Bramble.
because we're
Blast.
talking about examples though that are like good examples of all these things we're talking about.
Kiefer,
But that's-
I hate Donkey Kong. I don't give a shit.
Sorry, it's a good song. But it's written like a fucking genre of music that didn't even exist yet.
Yeah.
When that game was made.
Yeah.
And that came from the fact that they weren't composing for an orchestra or a symphony. They were composing for this this level of this video game or
They're
whatever.
composing for some monkeys flying around in barrels over thorns.
That's right.
I get it, man.
I don't know, Jeff, if you and I have talked about this, but going back to the Bowser's Castle theme from Super Mario World, you know,
Talk about that wow bass that happens.
No, that's going to be the grand finale because it's the best sound clip ever. But you know, the main thing, the first thing that you get into when you play your first stage in Super Mario World, the bam bam ba dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
That's emulated in the Bowser's Castle theme. It's the exact same notes. Ba da 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 da.
Holy shit.
Da 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 da.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm done. I quit.
Koji's a
Bye.
goddamn genius.
Holy fuck.
I'm out. I didn't even know. I'm leaving. Bye.
Can we just
Can we
listen
get
to
on
Super Mario
Can we
World
get on
sound?
Ableton and just can we layer the Yoshi bongos over the Mario the Bowser's Castle theme song?
Hell yeah. We might just have to like put on the Super Mario OST after we're done with this, right? Like,
Yeah, we're gonna have to listen
I
to
need
it all
to hear
night.
it. Like those are real jams. Like I will fucking jam to that shit.
Fucking bangers,
Oh,
dude.
dude,
Why have I not brought this up yet? We were talking about Tony Hawk. Let's talk about motherfucking Grand Theft Auto 3 up in this bitch.
3?
3 up in this bitch. Keja. Keja is the most underrated, underutilized track station on that whole fucking game. And you want to know why? It was all by one producer. One producer to that whole fucking radio station. His name is Scientist. He invented dub music. I found out about dub and by extension dubstep through Grand Theft Auto 3's radio station Keja. And furthermore, about reggae music, because a lot of that's just remixed reggae music.
Right.
And it was the best driving music fucking ever, dude.
I listen to different stations than you, my friend.
Same.
What stations
You
do
know my
listen to in
favorite
3?
song from any. I don't remember 3. 3 was a terrible.
Okay, that was my
fucking game.
favorite soundtrack of all. It was a terrible game.
Yeah, 3 was
dare
not
you.
good, bro.
How dare you.
San Andreas.
Was the best. Yes,
San
of
Andreas
course. Don't even.
for
we don't even have to have
life.
that
3 is almost
conversation. Like,
unplayable.
San
I feel
Andreas.
like
What?
I feel like 3 tried to make the transition to 3D and did not quite pull it off. And San Andreas did. That's all I'm saying.
I will agree that San Andreas improved on pretty much everything from Grand Theft Auto 3, except the soundtrack.
And Vice City.
And Vice City.
Blah.
yeah.
Vice City's
But I still think 3 had the best,
Garbo.
most, like, San Andreas had a great fucking soundtrack. And it was
I liked 4's soundtrack, dude.
you know why I like
4 had that
yeah.
weird channel that was like it had Koyaanisqatsi.
Yeah,
on
it was like all the Russian music and shit.
No,
and,
no,
like,
no.
the Eastern European
Koyaanisqatsi.
shit.
No. Koyaanisqatsi is like fucking orchestral music.
Oh, yeah,
It had,
that
like,
channel.
It
Yeah, yeah.
had like John Cage shit
See,
and like
this is why
weird
3
electronic shit.
This is why 3
Like
had the
spacey shit.
This is why 3 had the best soundtrack, because they had a fucking classical channel. They had a D&B channel, a drum and bass specifically channel. They had like a dance music channel. They had hip hop. They had rock. They had pop. They had all of them. But I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm assuming they didn't really have the funds for all the big like licensing, like Rage Against the Machine, like they did in like San Andreas and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it was more like underground, lesser known shit, or artists who wanted that exposure. I mean, I would assume that some of those didn't even fucking get paid to get put on that game, to be honest with you, because some of them are so obscure. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like they were just getting that exposure, dude. Like MSX FM is one of them on there. It's the DNB station. It is the best fucking driving music ever. Like I have Keja and MSX, the whole rip, like the YouTube version with no commercials on my MP3 player.
Oh
I will
my god.
When I have a 20-minute drive, I have a 20-minute fucking radio station of just awesomeness. Just pure fucking awesomeness. Like even the DJs were good.
Fake DJs
Yes,
that they would have.
on Keja, his name is Horace Wallace. He's the only pacifist in town, and that's perfect. It fits into the game world. He talks.
You really like Grand Theft Auto
Dude,
3.
it's great.
When he lived next door, anytime I would go over there, that's what he'd be listening to. There was just a way to listen to those different radio stations
Yes.
from 3.
And the DJ talks about the different gangs in the town as the song goes on. He even like uses lyrics from the song in reference to the story of the game. It's fucking genius. That shit like all fell to the wayside. I felt like after that, like they did do like they'd have radio cut-ins or whatever on the radio of like shit that you, like the mission you just completed where you blew up a bridge or whatever. But like
Right.
especially in like 5, like there were no factions or gangs or anything that even made any minor impact on the story.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
At
fair.
least in San Andreas, I think there were some,
But
they
music,
would reference
Kiefer.
it a little bit. Like,
But music.
yeah,
Before we get into all the way in with like licensed songs and stuff,
right, yeah.
we're skipping over like the fucking N64 PlayStation 1
We
kind of
are.
era.
We are.
Before it became the norm to just license full wave
Very
files.
true.
What about Mario 64, dude? I feel like that's often
The water level, bro, with the eel, one of the best fucking songs. Yes.
Yeah, oh man.
I want to remix that now. Ooh,
Yeah.
shit.
You know what's even better is the Dry Dry Rocks.
Yes.
That water song.
Paper Mario soundtrack, anybody? Fuck, dude, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking, bro. I did remix a couple songs from the Paper Mario soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah, they might be on my old laptop. But dude, you played Paper Mario, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you remember like in the beginning they fucking lift her castle up into the air, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like the Star Mountain. I forget what it's called. It's like Star Range or whatever, where like you go up the mountain, the stars start falling and shit.
Summit.
Star Summit. The song at Star Summit is amazing. It's just these
Yeah.
really subtle, beautiful pads fading in and out, and then the actual sound effect of the stars falling.
Is a part of the music.
It's an arpeggiation that fits into the rhythm, dude.
Oh, that's beautiful.
God, it's good.
I don't know that one. I'll look that
Portal.
up
You remember
when we're done.
Portal moving around the blocks and shit with the lasers that made fucking harmonies? You remember that shit? You remember what I'm talking about? There were the laser bridges and then the actual lasers
Oh,
themselves.
Yeah.
That is some genius soundtrack work
All
right
of the
there.
different gameplay components each themselves was in key with another
Even the
gameplay
gel,
component.
when you bounced off the gel, it was like an arpeggiation. When you slid on the other one, it changed the... Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's some genius shit right there.
That's fucking just solid sound design.
We kind of... Yeah, that is more sound design. But it was musical.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
God, dude.
So Tony Hawk Pro Skater, like I said, I wanted to talk about this the entire time. I think that Tony Hawk Pro Skater is like 75% the soundtrack to it is 75% responsible for introducing like all millennials to good
To
music.
good music.
I would agree
I
with
can't.
that.
I don't have an argument for that. Yeah.
No.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
We
You're gonna argue with me because do you like System of a Down?
not really.
Okay, well the song "Shimmy" was on either
Yeah.
1 or 2, and that's one of my favorite songs.
I mean, I don't like every song that's on the soundtrack, but there's
No.
a ton of great fucking like the
Right.
first time that I heard bands.
Yeah,
There's some really good
Less
bands.
Than
The first
Jake.
time I ever heard them was Less Than Jake, AFI, fucking Morningstar.
Oh, that's
Shit,
right.
dude.
I
Morningstar's
forgot.
not even on an album of theirs, right? Like that was never on.
I thought
No, not Morningstar. Excuse me.
no. Morningstar's on Black Sails.
Yeah. What's the one that is on Tony Hawk? It's the fucking. God damn.
Give me a little Davey impression. Let's get to
I
it.
can't think of the lyrics.
It probably went something like oh.
Oh no, the boy who the boy who destroyed the world.
I want to think that helped.
Oh, yes,
That
yes,
actually
yes,
did
yeah.
help. Holy shit.
Oh my god, yes. I remember that
That's actually
fucking
on the
song.
Art of Drowning. But,
Is it? Okay.
yeah.
Yes. Dude, I think I like that game more for the soundtrack than I
Yeah.
did for actually playing that game.
I don't know, man.
I mean, pretty much.
I mean, I really loved playing that game.
Tony Hawk.
I
is
was really
one of the
bad
few
at it,
games
but
in the world
shit.
that I can say I'm pretty fucking good at Tony Hawk, dude.
I'm so
I will
dog
get
shit
those
at it.
I will get those million point
Million
combos
dollar.
all day.
grinding up the Eiffel Tower,
Doing
fucking.
just switching every
Doing a Christ Air base jump off of a skyscraper.
Christ air is the dumbest move. I remember being a kid and thinking like, oh yeah, dude, you can do that.
Me too. I thought it was an accurate represent. I had because I was so incredibly young. This was still at the point where, and this speaks to your point, Jeff. I literally thought until I was in middle school that the bands I heard on the radio were the only bands.
Right.
I'm dead serious.
I know that.
And then,
I didn't know that
and
there
then,
was.
and then
yeah.
you plop Tony Hawk into your N64, and you were like, "What the fuck
There's
is this?"
other
Yeah,
bands.
no.
There are more bands than what is
Hearing
pop.
You by Bad Religion.
I used to
or-
think
Yeah,
that
Bad
all,
Religion,
I
that's
used to
a good
think that
one.
all radio was live. When I was like 6,
Whoa.
I thought that if you heard a song on the radio, there was a band in the studio and there was a dude.
fucking
I know. I was a
What a stupid kid.
What- This kid is fucking dumb, dude. He thinks the radio is live. But yeah, I thought there was a band and the dude was just like holding a mic. The DJ was
Just
there with
holding
him.
one singular
yeah, just the
mic.
one mic, because that's how audio engineering works.
That makes sense, man.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Also, of course, like you were saying, Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine.
That song
I mean-
was like iconic for that fucking whole series, dude. Like
Yeah.
dude, Rage Against the Machine was like the perfect edgy video game music, really.
Man, you've got me fucking thinking now. Like, I actually think that the Tony Hawk soundtrack might be the catalyst that turned me...
No, it's absolutely one of
It's
the most
everything.
influential
Yes.
game soundtracks
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
made.
yeah.
Sure.
That-
This is something I had a discussion with Dan at work about.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about GTA 3, though. I feel the same way about their soundtrack because I played that game so much growing up.
Yeah,
same feeling.
nobody else agrees
I
with you,
feel
though.
like
But
San
the same
Andreas.
feeling, the same feeling though of like,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
there's like this whole world of music I didn't even fucking know existed.
Yeah.
But like we so Dan, in my old position at work, I work for a dude named Dan, and he was my boss. We had a team of people, and we would do these things where like we would dial up customers late at night once a week. We'd stay late. So it was like just our team. We would get a little bit rowdy. He'd usually get us some dinner and stuff, and he'd play music.
Okay.
And he would always be like, "What music can we all agree on?" And we could not agree on music. And then finally one day he was like, "I'm about to just put on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack."
Done.
And I was like, "Dan, fucking do it." And Sarah was like, "Yeah, do it, Dan." And Marcus was like, "Yeah, dog, that's fine." Like everybody on the team
Just
was like,
agreed.
"Actually, yeah, 100%.
Immediately.
Put that shit on shuffle. We all know it.
Can't go
like,
wrong.
It's all
can't.
good."
You can't go wrong. We need to find out who the fuck curated that shit and like give them an award.
Yeah, no.
They need to be recognized by our generation.
Without a doubt, one of the best soundtracks
For sure.
of all time.
Yeah, I would
for
say-
sure.
Yeah, because after that point, it was just more and more of me becoming a punk degenerate.
Yes, exactly.
And therefore,
exactly.
from that, I moved from like the conservative Christian
Yes.
viewpoints
Yes.
that I held because that's what my family around me held, and moved into thinking for myself and actually looking at things. Goddamn,
I
Tony
took-
Hawk Pro Skater!
Dude, I got Tony
I
Hawk.
totally
I was like,
fucking agree with you
I was
on
like,
that.
shit.
Oh
I
my
like
god.
This, I like this Rage Against the Machine song. I heard about this thing called Napster on the news. Gonna go ahead and download Napster and
Right,
see what
yeah.
other Rage Against the Machine there
Exactly.
is. And like it was all downhill from there, man.
And then it was all "fuck you, I won't do what you tell me."
Tony Hawk.
Exactly.
Those games introduced me to hip hop music. Those games are like why I make half my living doing what I do now. Now that you put it that way.
We've just basically been talking about like the more punk side of things, but for sure.
There's a lot of hip hop in there,
yeah.
and that's where I was like, oh. This music is good music. Like, I didn't know. Because when you're fucking 7 in Indiana, Eminem
Oh
is
my
hip hop
God.
music. That is it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah,
Because let's
exactly.
be real, there was a racial component to it.
Yeah, for
People
sure.
were scared of the black music in the 90s.
Well, Eminem was getting played on pop radio.
It isn't. You
Well,
know,
it-
says it all.
You got exposed to
Okay,
Outkast.
fair
They're
enough.
great.
Fair enough.
They're still
Outkast.
good.
Weren't they on?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
Shake
So,
it,
yeah.
shake it, shake. Yeah.
Dude, that was everything. That
They-
was our
what
childhood.
song was on? Was it Bombs Over Baghdad?
It had to have been Bombs
Yeah,
Over
it was an
Baghdad.
earlier song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was around the time that song was fucking
Hawk's,
everywhere.
Tony Hawk's Underground, even. That's where I learned about fucking what was Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'd never heard that song before until
Yeah,
Tony
that's
Hawk's Underground.
Cool, man.
Hey, that had a good soundtrack,
Is that hip hop?
Yes,
It is, yeah.
yes, it is. It
That's
is
like
very
the
pure.
first hip-hop.
Yeah, that's the beginning of it.
Literally, the first two words of the song are hip hop.
You're very right.
Hip.
Hop a hippie. And then they left hippie out of the genre name because it just didn't fit.
What if it,
Hip hop
what if it had
hippie.
gone down in time, dude? Hip hop hippie. It was the fucking.
Dude, I wish.
Gonna go to this bomb ass hip hop hippie show tonight, dude.
I'm a hip hop hippie producer.
Oh my god.
Check out my YouTube channel where I
It's-
produce hip hop hippie.
Dude, I might just have to like add that in now. Like, if you're a real purist, you know it's.
Let's make it a thing. It's
So-
hip hop hibbity now.
The whole time I've been trying to think of a good modern original song.
Did you find one?
The most recent one I can think of is the Dovahkiin theme from Skyrim.
Yeah, you're right.
Pretty fucking good.
all right.
And
Yeah.
pretty
But
Even
fucking
that's
universal.
totally fucking. I mean, it's basically just the Morrowind theme.
It is. Well, it is. Well, it's the Elder. It's a rendition
yeah,
of the
okay.
same theme that's been used throughout the
true.
series.
It is new. Like it is
Yeah.
new.
But
Yeah,
but
it's like the
but
one
also
example.
I guess not just the Dovahkiin theme, but the Dragonborn comes.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
that's
Yeah,
totally original
yeah.
Skyrim.
Very very good point.
And like That's a really good, recognizable song. It occurs in the game.
That's one. How bad is that for modern game? That's one.
It is. But I'm just
One,
saying,
and it's not even that good a game. Like, I loved Skyrim when it came out. Now that game,
Whoa, watch your fucking mouth,
that game's
man.
Right? Like, I'm
Jesus
about to
Christ.
fucking get up right
that game
now.
is shallow as hell.
It depends.
And
It
there
depends
is-
on where you're.
Can you tell me? Can you name
hold on,
one
hold on,
notable character from
Hold on.
Skyrim?
I'm
The
not.
Dova King.
That is not
Hold
a
on.
character.
Who raise your hand if you've beat Morrowind?
Are
Okay.
we really?
Oh,
are we
shit.
really fucking
So there we go.
gatekeeping
There,
Elder
dude.
Scrolls right
Yes.
now?
Yeah, we are. The two people.
Yeah, we are.
The two people for the listeners that agree that Skyrim is pretty shallow are the
I'm
two
not,
people
I'm
who
not
have beat
saying
Morrowind.
he didn't say Skyrim is a shallow game at first. He
I said
said
it's a bad
Skyrim
game.
is a bad game.
And
it
it
is
is.
not a bad game.
I agree.
It
I don't
might
think it's
might
bad
be a
game.
disappointing Elder Scrolls game, but it's not a bad game.
It's just so boring.
I
It is
put
fun.
a whole lot of time into that game.
I put 600 hours into Skyrim,
Yeah.
and it was fucking boring.
So you can't fucking tell me that though, man. Those are contradictory statements.
That's
No,
fair.
I mean I
Right.
could spend 600 hours doing something boring, looking for something fun.
I don't think that it was boring at all.
Dude.
I don't think that that's accurate.
Every dungeon is the same experience every single time.
100% untrue. 100% untrue. Are you
either-
kidding me?
I
either
remember,
magic through it or
I
melee
remember
through it.
specifically.
Okay,
when-
every Mario game's the same. You either jump over it or duck
But
under
there's
it.
level design
Just
in
run and
Mario.
jump
Mario
underneath
had level design. Skyrim had a cave.
Because that's literally the point. No, they did not.
maybe 3.
Eventually, assets are going to get reused. Yes,
Dude, it's
but
not an
After
asset, though. It's the
600
whole-
hours,
the whole
sure,
dungeon
something's
gets
gonna be
repeated,
boring.
though.
No, you're fucking wrong. I fucking played Skyrim for the 18th time this year. I have it fresher in my memory. You're
Characters
wrong.
sucked.
I'm literally
Yes,
about to
the
restart
It was
it.
not an RPG.
The main story is garbage and doesn't
It's not
pull
even,
me in
but it's not
at
even
all.
a
I
role
get
playing
that.
game. That's
I
probably
have
my biggest
literally
issue.
never
Okay,
finished Skyrim
guys,
because I
guys.
like the side quests better.
Yeah,
That's not a good thing,
Guys,
depends on what you're looking for.
Right.
Music,
Let's
hey,
get back to talking about
music is good.
Let's do the next time that we have Kiefer on the podcast.
Skyrim debate.
Yeah, we'll talk about a little bit
Because we've
broader.
all played a lot of Skyrim. Like, I
Yeah.
respect all your opinions on it because everyone's put a fucking 1,000 hours
a
into
little
that
bit
game.
broader, let's talk about taking the RPG out of RPGs.
Yeah,
because I
that's
think
a good
that it
subject.
relates to Fallout
That-
4
Very
as well.
That's
good,
what I
'cause we
wanna
like
talk
our
about.
RPGs over here.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you guys talking
That's
about?
what Skyrim
That's my
did.
bread and butter. You
Yeah.
think you know our? You don't
Hey,
know
I'm not
our.
saying
saying
Sass
that.
Mouth,
You're part of the
we
conversation.
like
too.
menus
You
the
don't know
same.
our. Oh man, as if Daggerfall and Morrowind are the only RPGs that have
They
ever
are.
fucking existed. What do you know?
are.
What do you know about grinding?
Grinding.
What do you know about
Bruh.
pumping those numbers up?
I've sat there swinging a dagger against a mud crab only for it to say miss for hours.
That's grinding,
Yeah,
bro.
and that was your own dumbass mistake.
I've jumped downstairs, sprinted back to the top
Yeah.
of them, and jumped
See, the
downstairs.
key is you got to jump up because you get like a million jumps.
I have
Truly
walked-
compelling gameplay.
I have jumped everywhere
Okay,
I went
okay,
to level that up.
Okay, music though.
Okay, yeah, different podcasts.
So other licensed tracks.
getting
My
salty.
favorite song ever, that I wanted to talk about, was a licensed song. It's "So Far" by Jose Gonzalez.
Red Dead Redemption,
From
maybe?
Red Dead Redemption.
Yes, dude, I was about to bring that one up. Yes.
So
They literally just high-fived.
Yes,
I
we
can't
did.
believe that.
They
just
did.
happened.
We love video game music so much.
I think that scene is probably the most impactful that a game and music have ever gone together,
100
ever,
fucking
out of any game that I've ever played, any
100%
experience that I've ever
agreed.
had.
Yes.
Like, we've all experienced that, right?
Yeah.
You've gotten
I played
that far?
Red Dead
All
Redemption.
right.
Fuck,
Yeah.
that's a good. That was the next song I was
If
about to
you
bring
need a
up.
refresher, listeners, it's whenever you first cross the border into Mexico.
Yes.
And you're just sauntering on your horse, and the sun is rising.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about
I
it.
feel like I
fucking song-
cried.
that fucking song
Yeah.
comes in, and like 99% of players out there, instinctively, they're like, I'm not even gonna like make my horse sprint. I'm just gonna
Just chill.
Oh
just
yeah.
gonna fucking
No, I
keep
walked.
sauntering while
Yeah.
this song plays out in its entirety. Because it is totally setting the fucking mood for everything that is happening right now.
In that moment, like, because that game has some really great immersion value to it, but in that moment, more so than maybe any other game, I was John Marston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You felt-
exactly.
Very
the,
immersive.
the character is sort of restarting at that point to an
Yes.
extent.
You thought that you were going to reach a conclusion soon, but it didn't occur.
Yeah, and already, and like as a player, you're like, you're almost hit with the sense of like, shit, the game is only just now starting.
Yeah.
That's
Like
the best
I'm
feeling.
like hours
Like,
into the game.
you expected
and now
the title
game is
screen to come up.
Yeah,
That's
like
the
now
best
the game
fucking
is
feeling
starting.
in a video game.
Oh, dude,
ever.
I loved it so much. Like, I literally teared up at that point. Like, just like
I believe it.
hearing it. I mean, I cry about everything. So
Oh well, I was.
He's not being sarcastic.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
like,
totally
it
do
was
agree.
incredibly
Yeah.
emotionally overwhelming
Like,
for
just-
almost no reason.
yeah,
The music,
No, exactly.
that was the reason.
Yes.
I was
this
just
podcast, what we're talking about, that is exactly like this synthesis.
Yeah,
of everything
yeah,
we've been
yeah.
talking about is that fucking song at that point in that
Just
game.
over here, fucking dead. Like
Love it, dude.
walking on my horse.
I don't think we can go much farther than that. I think that might be the end there of this
Do you think
podcast.
it's the pinnacle?
That's the conclusion.
I think that's what we've been leading up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the ultimate moment of a song, like especially a licensed song. Like the care that it took to set that scene.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
so
yeah.
much thought and effort put into that.
Yeah, from everyone, not just the person who wrote the song, not just the person whose job it
The
was.
director,
to,
everything.
Yeah.
Like
The
right,
level
right down to
designer.
the person who made that one little fucking square inch of texture on those red
Place
cliffs.
that little rock.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
I would feel like we're doing a disservice to the listeners
Okay.
if we ended without bringing up what I also know at least 3 of us here's like top 3 favorite video game soundtracks are, and that's Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh my
How did we
fucking
skip over
god!
all
that?
4 of us. Make that all 4.
Well, there-
Yeah, I agree.
oh, I thought
We
you
all-
meant all 4 games.
No,
per se.
all 4 of us agree.
I got you.
Yeah, because
No,
I
New
was late
Vegas-
to the game. On
They
New
all
Vegas.
had pretty good soundtracks. I mean, they all have good
Yeah.
licensed retro songs that fit.
I
Really
mean,
well.
really,
yeah.
like all of the Fallouts that I've ever played have good fucking
even 4,
soundtracks.
even
For sure.
4 had a good
4 does have
soundtrack,
really
yeah.
good soundtrack, but nothing tops the New Vegas soundtrack, man.
No,
big
you're
iron.
right.
Man, I need to
The
play
man with the
Vegas
big
again.
iron.
I was gonna sing
You know
it,
what
but
I'm
I have a
saying?
real
The
bad singing
stranger with
voice,
the big
so
iron.
I'm
Of
not
all
gonna do
the
it.
games we've talked about, that is the one. Just thinking of the music makes me want to go open up Fallout New Vegas. and
I know,
start
right?
Playing it.
I'm over
It
here
absolutely
like,
does.
let's please end this podcast
Play
so that I
some
can
New
go play
Vegas.
it.
Like, I just want to watch somebody play it. Even like, God, it's a fucking atmospheric.
I got
game.
it.
Yeah,
It just oozes it.
wandering through that wasteland just with your radio and Mr. New Vegas, the host of the radio station, as your only companions for a decent amount of time in the
Yeah.
beginning of the
Oh
game.
yeah.
And
That's what New Vegas did right, dude. Just the whole feel of a post-apocalyptic world.
Really, that game is
and the
so
companions. They did the
perfect.
companions totally
New
right.
Vegas had the companions. The music was the best. The setting was the. I mean, everything was the best in New Vegas.
And it
man.
gets
Just
shit
without a
on
doubt.
so much. Like I hear people.
I don't think it does. Those people are dumb.
I've
I'll
heard a
fight
mixed-
all of
I'll say
them.
I've heard a mixed bag. People
I've had
who
to-
defend Fallout 3, and I'm just like,
No.
I've had a few
No.
conversations. Well, with Sean specifically, he prefers 3 to New Vegas, and,
Oh.
and that's I know he is. That's literally an emotion that I cannot relate to.
That's a
I have
sin.
no idea what people are talking about.
me either.
Like Fallout 3
kinda
is pretty.
sucked.
I mean,
I like 3 a
I honestly
lot.
think
The
it's
story
pretty
was so
good.
bad.
But there's
compared to New Vegas,
it's
sure.
it is yeah, exactly. It's bad.
But this
compared
goes
to New
back to our
Vegas.
next podcast of the RPG shit because
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be the next podcast,
Right.
but let's get
The next
together.
one I
Let's
wanna
do
be
that
on,
one
at
soon. That
least.
does seem like a good topic to discuss.
definitely
Yeah.
it's super
We're
relevant
super
to today
passionate about it.
because there's so many RPGs out today.
Yeah.
Dude, as far as
He
radio
did air
hosts
quotes,
go,
by the way.
Mr. New Vegas was really good.
Yes.
But also Black Rock Mountain. That was Mark Hamill.
Ooh, Mark Hamill as a
Yes.
super mutant. Yes,
As a female super mutant, right?
Yes.
I realized Black Rock. I just noticed Black Rock Mountain is a World of Warcraft reference.
Was it called Black Rock?
I was
Or is
gonna
it
say,
Black
or
Top
are
Mountain?
you fucking that up?
I might be
Because-
fucking it up. But whatever, it's from New Vegas. It's where all the super mutants
Yeah,
live.
yeah.
And there's a radio station you get from
I don't
there.
think it's Black Rock Mountain.
Okay, because
I
that
don't
is
know.
where the orcs.
Well, I think we've established enough to where we don't need the
Yeah, whatever.
actual name.
Y'all know what we're
Mark
talking
Hamill
about.
is the radio DJ as a super mutant, and he always cracks my shit up. I just wanted
He's
to bring
so
that.
good.
He
I
talks
didn't
about the
realize it was
centaurs.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
he needs to do more voice.
He
acting
has,
for
you know
games.
the centaurs, Keef,
Yeah,
right? The
of
dude,
course.
like the dudes.
disgusting fucking
Yeah. He's like, aren't the centaurs so cute walking around on all those hands? Like, fucking cracks me up.
Dude, Mark Hamill needs to do more of video games.
He needs to
Dude.
do more everything. Just be
I mean,
in
how pumped are
everything,
you
please.
To finally fucking see Luke Skywalker in Star Wars again.
Yes,
Luke motherfucking Skywalker.
very.
is gonna say some words.
Like, I am
Bae.
very excited.
He's gonna fuck some shit up. Did you see the?
Have you seen how salty he was though about episode 7? Like, did you see all the interviews and shit? That
Yeah, he was a little salty about it.
dude,
I would
he
be
was-
too.
yeah,
but
me too,
whatever.
me too.
I
He
mean, I
felt
was
disrespect.
when it ended. I was like,
Really? I mean,
man.
I liked the ending. I did, but yeah, I feel you're like
That sullied my dad's initial reaction coming out of the theater when I saw it with him. He
not
was,
getting to hear Luke talk.
yeah, well, he
I
thought
was
the same
pretty
thing
offended
I
by
did.
it, too.
I thought when Kylo Ren and Rey were having that lightsaber battle in the snow in the woods,
But it was
that
gonna be
Luke
Luke that was grabbing the
grabbing
lightsaber?
the lightsaber. Yeah, yeah.
When it starts to shimmy and then fly through the air.
I think a lot
Yeah.
of people thought that.
I
I
also
honestly, I
did
think-
think that.
I knew
Yeah, I
what
didn't either.
happened was going to happen.
I mean, they're establishing Rey as essentially the new chosen one or
Right.
what have you. So I mean, I get it, but.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, guys,
This has been Geekout Freakout. Thanks for joining us.
Keef, plug your shit one more time.
YouTube.com/theofficialkeef, KEEF. Check it out. Beats. Cheap.
Beats, cheap beats. Get him on the beats. Get him, shoot him with the DMs.
He's got-
or-
Yeah. If
Just
Beats.
make sure
Or-
you boil them thoroughly first. They are very hard to eat.
Oh, nobody wants raw.
these
beats.
are farm fresh beats.
Farm fresh.
Fresh beats.
Organic?
yeah,
Are they
free
cage
range?
free?
Are they free range beats, dude?
Here's what you do.
They're
you,
grass fed.
you take a bunch of those beets,
Grass-fed beets.
you chop them up, you put them back together in random order. Got yourself a beet salad.
Oh shit.
Just keep reselling beats for days. That
Yeah,
way.
if you need music for your video game, your YouTube channel, or your rapper or whatever, man, hit me up. I got you. I'm the pro.
He's good.
He is really good. I worked with him many a times.
Many
I
times.
can confirm.
These two started me learning on that shit. We learned FL Studio together.
That
back
is
in
true.
the Dizzy.
That is true. Guys, this has been
I was
Geek Out
there too.
Freakout. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.
Yeah.
Bye.